parked. And that will also get you a free trip to the hauler.
Awesome. Well, it looks like we're about ready to get going racing here as we're gridding up right fast. I want to just go over. We're here at Indianapolis Motorsports. We're at Indianapolis, USA. You got 2.51 mile track. Temperature track temps at 97, altitude is 730 feet, and the number of turns is 4. And I'm going to leave it to you here, Rick, to get these guys started.
Absolutely. I tell you what, going to start back here, and I'm going to go ahead and just do a rundown of, let's just start at 24th position right now. David Gibson's going to start 24th. Starting 23rd, Matthew Wazenbach. Starting 22nd, Adam de Blasio. Starting 21st tonight is John Houston. Starting 20th is going to be Joshua Mertz. I'm going to let you take the next 5 there, Joe.
And we've got, I'm sorry
That's
about
all right.
that, Rick.
Starting
busy
19th is J.R. Rodriguez, and 18th tonight is Darren Walker. Starting 17th is Matthew Cessna. Starting 16th, Russell Hansen. In the 15th position, starting tonight, William Roberts Jr. Starting 14th is Nick Hunt. Starting 13th, Bruce Ackerman. Starting 12th, Dwayne Culberson. Starting in the 11th position tonight is going to be James Gagne. Starting 10th, David Elliott. Are you caught up with us, Joe?
My driver's list is not showing up here for some reason, so I definitely don't know the lineup like you're seeing right there. I am sorry about that.
Starting 9th is going to be Chad Osborne. Starting 8th is going to be Mike Rominger. Starting 7th, Josh Lambert. Starting 6th, Tyler Sifford. Starting 5th, William Hale. Starting 4th is going to be Hugo Linder. Starting 3rd, Jonathan Shipman. And on the outside pole today is going to be Jake Nichols, the one with the bounty on his head today. And on the pole is going to be Nate Trito, starting on the pole with a 51.673. What a blistering lap he put on out there. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you take over. I'm going to talk to the drivers out on the track.
Okay, sounds good, Rick. Sorry about that. I was having a little technical difficulties, y'all. That might have a driver's list here, and it wasn't updated on me. Rick had the line up. But as we can see, the cars rolling now on the camera 2 here. Again, here at the Quaker State 400, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Oval, USA. Awesome field of, like you said, we're looking at 27 cars right now on the track as they're rolling around here on the pace lap. You know, Jake Nichols out there up front. That's the man with the bounty on his head. You Chad Osborne starting on the pole. Yes, sir.
In the room, you need to give Ackerman an EOL, number 48 EOL.
Okay.
As Rick's doing his talk thing, it's because he left the room and came back. So Rick told me he's going to get EOL, but well, there's not going to be time. Never mind. We're already coming along.
Well,
it's okay.
Yeah.
User left your channel.
Sorry about that. And the only reason I might have a hard time is because I got the broadcast up doing it. Most of the controls like that are on Rick. And like I say, he's over there talking to the drivers right now as they're going around. I do help admin here also. But we're almost getting ready, set to go racing, fellas, at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And let's get it from the chopper cam and see what it looks like here. And there's your top 5. So we're going to start this race. Osborne, Linder, Nichols, Ackerman, and Wazenbach. Man, wow, check it out.
All right, Joe, here we go. Green flag is out.
They are down. Look at Trito take off.
Trito out into the lead early in the race. He is not going to waste any time. He is definitely wanting to get out there and lead some laps, get some bonus points. But I tell you, I just spoke to Jake Nichols. Jake Nichols, he is not holding back either. He is wanting to get up there in the lead as quick as he can to gather as many points as he can. And also, Joe, he wants to make a statement here today and break history.
He is, and look at him. He's all over the back end of Trito right now, looking in the inside. So he definitely has a fast car here this afternoon. If he could just lurk around up at the top, he might pull out, the number 4 win in a row as he's going for the lead right now.
Absolutely, looking on the inside, on the front straightaway. Trito's still going to keep the lead, but I tell you, he's on the inside. Nichols is on the inside. He's going to take over the lead with Trito right on his backbone.
Awesome racing so far, Rick. Man, I'm gonna tell you, that's a duo tandem right there. I can't say enough. I mean, what do you say? Jake Nichols he's just driving the wheels off of that car.
Nichols pushes the car way on the outside on the backstretch. Not sure if he's getting extra speed out there. But I tell you, you got to keep an eye on that 23 of Jonathan Shipman. He's making his way back up onto the back door of Nate Trito as Nichols still putting a little gap between him and Trito.
Absolutely. The third place there, man, of Jonathan Shipman. He is definitely wanting to creep up there, man, and steal the show from these two guys up front running. And you was mentioning Jake Nichols weaving down the straight. That is a technique there because drafting does come play effect here at Indianapolis on that straight. So he is probably wanting to break that draft from Trito back there so he doesn't get a run going in turn 1.
Absolutely. Lots of strategies going on here. And I tell you what, before we get so involved in the race here today, it looks like we've got a few folks out here watching. Definitely want to give a big shout out there for joining Big Daddy X 2005 here this evening. And tell you, want to make sure that we give a big shout out to Don Kidder. We know he's out there, a hard-working individual, trying to make the extra money out there to take a few moments here to watch here, but also that special little lady of tea that's sitting right there watching popcorn and enjoying the show here, Joe.
Absolutely. We thank you. I mean, we can't say that enough for watching this show here. They're great racing so far. They are single file. Looks like a freight train just running down through there. Definitely a lot different than what it was last week. But this track is going to breed that kind of racing. A lot of single files, and until maybe the tires start wearing a little bit, that's when we're going to start seeing the kind of mixing up side by side with them.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, Trito's still staying right there with Nichols. Doesn't look like he's trying to put any pressure, just wants to ride with it, kind of see how the tires go. But I tell you, keep an eye out on that number 62 of William Hale, currently in the 4th place position right now. Now, I tell you, he is strong. He is very strong, and I believe today he started in he started 5th. He's currently 5th. But I tell you what, that young man just explained to me a while ago about the bounty that's on Nichols' head tonight. He said, Rick, go ahead and write that check to me because I'm going to take this win tonight. So definitely a lot of eyes on William Hill tonight.
Absolutely. As he just passed Jonathan Shipman, who has fell back to 5th. He's still in the top 5, but you're right. I mean, there's a lot of guys that, hey, they want that check. They want that money, and that's what they're out here riding for. And right now, the man who is really giving Nichols all that he can handle is Nate Trito up there. And another gentleman we just see stepped up here in the 3rd place, Hugo Linder. I mean, had an awesome run last week. Terrible, accident that happened to him on the last part of it, but great attitude about it, and he's right there in 3rd place again.
Absolutely tough break he had last week at Richmond International Speedway. Came around to the last lap coming out of turn 4. Got tied up with a couple of cars. Got banged up a little bit more after the cars had passed. Under caution, gets hit 2 more times. And finally gets flipped upside down inches away from the start-finish line. And ran currently out almost in the top 10 the whole race. And wasn't able to finish the race on the last lap out of turn 4. Joe, that is a hard luck individual right there. He just had a bad day.
The yellow flag is out.
It was, and we got a yellow flag here.
Yellow flag is out. It flies for the first time today. Willie Blackard trying to get some communication with him. Willie Werf, like it's going to be the 00.
His screen froze.
Screen froze. Yep, looks back, going down into turn 3 there. He just kept the car up against the wall. Guess he had some technical difficulties there. May have had a blowout on that front right there, Joe.
Yeah, that's a shame. Nate Hunt there in the 00. He was back in the back of the pack, but yeah, a little technical difficulty, and that's going to happen here. Tire wear definitely can play a factor. You know, all the guys now are definitely taking the opportunity to go into the pits and get them a set of tires and get back out and do some hard racing.
Absolutely. Lap 7 of 100. We've got 93 left on the board here to do. First caution coming out here today. Now is going to see if these guys are going to take the pit early now or just keep out on the track. I tell you, I think the smart thing to do is go ahead and pit, get fresh tires, fill up, and that way you're ready to rock. What do you think, Joe?
I would think so. I mean, right now it's a filling out process. You don't know what the track's going to do. It's early. This is the first caution we've had, and definitely, you know, guys in the back, you know, it's a no-brainer. Go in and get tires. You know, guys up front, it's kind of iffy. But it looks like everybody is coming in, or a lot of them are.
Absolutely. As we going back to live footage here, we have to take a look down on the straightaway here at the number 73. Jake Nichols going into the pit here. Tree-toed right on his back bumper. Both of them going into the pits. Let's see if they get 4-0. And I tell you, Nichols got a tough pit stop there in sideways, but still zeroed it in.
He did. He got that thing stopped, but he went in there sideways a little bit, so he's getting 4 tires. Looks like most of them are. Looks like one car out there, I don't know if he took 2 or if he took 4. Looks like Adam, I'm going to say DeBlesso. Hope I didn't mispronounce his last name, but he got out there in front of those guys.
Adam de Blasio. That's going to be Adam de Blasio there, Joe. And I tell you, that is a mouthful. It's almost like saying bubblegum. You know, I like that last name, de Blasio Bubblegum.
Well, he did. He got out there. He's got the DuPont Rainbow car, man, the number 21, and he came out in the pit before him, so it'd be interesting to see, did he take 2 tires, which might be a strategy here because we don't know how tire wear is yet. So it might be something. Now would be the time to probably play that strategy. You know, you're only 7 laps, 8 laps in to the race. You've only got 7 laps on the one set of tires. Let's try 2. If it don't work out, we know later in the race, that's not the move to do.
That's right. And I tell you what, I'm going to let you talk some more to the viewers out there. Give me just a second. Let me talk into the iRacing channel here. I got to get these guys pumped up, see what the strategy is going to be, and see if they'll tell me some secrets, Joe. I'll be right back.
User left your channel.
Go for it, man. Dude, so far, so good racing here. You know, nose to tail. You know, Indy's going to bring that kind of racing. Not going to be like it is with the Richmond where they're really all bunched up. But right now, they are nose to tail, fanned out a little bit. It's a very fast track. You got to be precise with your movements. If not, you know, some of these flat turns here, they can whip that rear end around real quick. And like I said out there, man, we appreciate all the viewers. Appreciate everybody watching, and just all around, we thank you and for the great racing and whatnot. So definitely, but it would be interesting to see Adam de Blasio, what he took, and like I say, if he did take, if he actually took just 2 tires, then that definitely would be a good. Now would be a good time for him to try that strategy out. What do you think, Willie? Well, I just got a thing here from Don Kittner, man, and we want to give a shout out to, and I hope I pronounce it right, Lincoln Hawk and a Greg Ameco. They are from Patriot Racing, man, over there at the Papyrus. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go ahead and say something here. Papyrus Racing was the benchmark for iRacing. And that game right there set the standard for what iRacing is today and for what sim racing is for NASCAR today and whatnot. So we appreciate those guys watching, man. I hope the show is good for you. And me and Rick up here, and also Willie, the new guy up here with us, helping us out in the booth and whatnot. So far, the race has been really good. Got that bounty, and if it ended right now, the 2 drivers up front, hey, they taking a check home, man, of $10 to get paid And looks like Adam is going off to the pits. Maybe he just wanted to lead a lap. Maybe that's what his call was. So he went into the pits. So interesting. But like I said, right now looks like Trito is the man who's wanting to give Jake Nichols all he can handle.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me too.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys out here, man, definitely are they're fighting hard, and a lot of people be like, well, it's just $10, man. But hey, that's $10, and that's something to fight for. That's something to race for. And plus, Nichols is also out here trying to prove something. Be the first man in Extreme Motorsports 99 history to get 4 wins in a row. That would be a phenomenal feat.
Yes, it would.
I mean, that's a phenomenal feat, man, even in NASCAR standards. So in sim racing definitely is also too. What do you think about the racing so far, Willie?
Oh, it looks like good, clean, side-by-side racing.
Absolutely. So far, so good, man. The top end, I'm going to try to get some takes on the drivers here in the back. I'm going to focus here a little bit on the lead here as this thing starts off. We've still got Nate Trito leading, Jake Nichols in second, Hugo Linder sitting in third. I'm going to tell you what, that's a bounce back for him last week. Had an awesome race, tough break there at the end. William Hale in fourth, and Jonathan Shipman sitting in fifth. And I'm going to tell you, that rounds out your top 5 right there. So these guys are definitely a long way to go. 90 laps left now, but it's a long way to go to pace themselves. And so far, I think that's what a lot of drivers are doing.
That's the key. Pace yourself. It's a long race.
Absolutely, and I've never seen anybody win one on the first lap. Never seen anybody win one on the 50th lap. You got to be there at the end. And here we go, pace cars off.
All right, Joe, I'm back, and hopefully these guys are pumped and ready to rock and roll out there. I tell you, lots of guys are just ready to get up there, lead some laps here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I know we've got some more viewers that's joined in and watching us out there. Want to give a big shout out there to Lincoln Hawk. That's a hell of a name, Lincoln Hawk. That's an awesome name. Don't you just love saying that, Joe? Lincoln Hawk.
That is awesome. Lincoln Hawk. Yeah, they're from Patriot Racing, by the way. John Kittner, he brought them over to watch, and I was telling the audience while you were gone that, from Patriot Racing, they race on Papyrus 2003, which was the benchmark for what iRacing is today, and it helped, excel what iRacing and the sim of NASCAR is today,
Absolutely. Also want to give a shout out to Craig Amico. I hope I said that correctly. Guys, don't be afraid, don't be bashful, don't be shy. Jump in on that message there. Type us a message and talk to us. That's what we're here for. There's something you might want to know from the driver out there, let us know. We might be able to find something out.
Absolutely, fellas. Definitely any question, man. It's not a dumb question or anything like that, or don't feel shy. Let us know. We'll try to get the driver. If you know any of the drivers, I'll try to focus on them for you. Right now I'm focusing up here on the lead as we've got a battle for the lead with Jake Nichols looking on the inside of Trito. Ooh, boy, that was close.
Nate Trito on the outside out there. Don't like to see him go way out the outside like that at Indy. If you don't hit the corner just right, you're going to end up there scrubbing the wall. Nichols is on the inside. Oh, I believe Nate may have tagged the wall a little bit coming out of 4. They're still side by side as they come down the straightaway. Oh, it's too close for me to be able to call. It looks like Nichols is going to have the edge as he takes it on the inside, but Trito still on the outside, hanging on. Joe, they're burning some tires up right now.
They are, man, and they are racing hard. And I'm going to tell you, maybe that bounty has lit a fire on some of these guys. And you've got William Hale sneaking up there into the picture a little bit. Them guys staying. Look, now, that was what I was telling you earlier. Nichols trying to break that draft of those guys because he knows they're getting a draft down that front stretch, back stretch on him. And they don't want him to try to dive in there. So maybe Nichols is thinking, and he's got in his mind a little bit, Rick, hey, man, these guys might be a little fired up and after me now. Maybe I need to drive a little harder this week.
Well, I tell you what, one of the things that the guys have got to keep in mind today is Nichols is on his game. He knows what he's doing. He's a fantastic driver, and he's got the stats to show and prove it. These guys right now, what I'm seeing, Joe, a lot of them are taking their time. They're following the line. They are following that line that Nichols is driving there. They're saying, if it works for him, it's going to work for me. These guys, we're not seeing Nichols pull away like we have in the last few races. We're seeing guys today stand with him, using the strategy, going to ride this thing out until they can bear it down to the last few laps here today.
Absolutely, and right now I just switched to our gyro cam inside car of Nate Trito, just to give the viewers a view of what the driver's seeing, what they're feeling out there, and kind of look the distance between him and Nichols. And you're right, you can see him taking the same exact line as Jake is, and you know, hey, that's the way you got to do it. If that's the man up there, you got to follow him and say, let me see what he's doing, because he's evidently doing something right.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, very impressed with the driving from Nate Trito here today. He is an excellent driver, but one of the things that I've always set up in the booth and was able to watch, I can tell when the pressure gets to Trito, because he gets to a point where he overdrives the car, and those mistakes have cost him a lot of races. Actually impressed today. Right now, he's taking his time. He's staying focused. He's trying to ride the line that Nichols is racing. But I tell you, there's going to be some pressure before too long, because I tell you, that number 62 of Hale is on his way up there to try to put the car in first place.
Absolutely. Oh, and Nato got a little loose coming off the turn there. I saw the rear end go sliding just a little bit, so he might have drove that one a little hard. And now is the time where tire wear, I know we're only 16 laps in, maybe 6-7 laps in from the last caution, but now's the time, and we go back to them two were side by side earlier. They were using a lot of tire, a lot more than they did earlier in the race. Now we're starting to see the slickness of the track, the throttle control, the braking here is going to start playing a factor.
That's right, 16 laps in the book here today at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 84 laps still left on the board to do here. Who is going to be crowned as the winner here today at Indy? It's going to be a battle all the way to the end. As long as everything keeps going the way it's going right now, things are only going to get tighter as we get down to about those last 10 laps, Joe. And then we're going to see something kind of amazing.
Oh, we got to spin.
To happen.
We got to spin in the backstretch. We got to spin in the backstretch. Let's see if we can find out who that was. No caution, but I did see a car spinning back there.
Like it may be the 23 of Jonathan Shipman, I believe.
I'm trying to flip back to the back of the field here and see if I can't.
Yep, going to be the 23 of Jonathan Shipman coming off of turn 4 there. Got a little loose and was able to unsave it. And I don't think, he barely caught the wall on the inside wall there. It threw him into the pit road. Your mic's getting stuck there, Joe.
Sorry about that. I had the button held, my bad. You're right. He's in pit road right now, and he came down pit road smoking. He's going to go a lap down, but no caution, and that's kind of unfortunate on his end. Wait a minute. He spun coming off the pit. Oh, and that brought the caution. Wow, he just lost it on the pit road entry there. Yeah, I was focusing on Jonathan Shipman there. He was coming out of the pits, and another thing, Rick, as a driver, these cars have a lot of power, and when you come into second gear with these cars coming out of pits, if you hammer that throttle a little bit too soon, it's so slick you can spin the tires, and that's what it looked like he did. He just spun that car out.
We'll wait till these guys get back onto the lead lap once everything falls out. The new rule takes place today, so that driver there brought out his first caution of today. So definitely when the cars get lined up, everybody gets where they're supposed to get back to. Shipment will be getting the EOL for bringing out that caution.
And unfortunate, too, on his end. You know, that's just an unfortunate thing on his end there. to do. Like I was saying before, these cars have so much power. You step onto that throttle wrong, especially coming out of the pit lane where it's so flat, and you got that instant turn right there. It's easy to spin them out, but he definitely did just a mental mistake, basically.
Absolutely. So far today, we've got 2 cautions for 4 laps, 4 lead changes, and of course, we've got 18 laps in the book currently with Nichols up in the front.
Well, let's throw up the summary here of the race like you just went over. The lead right now is Jake Nichols, 18 laps, total of 100, 4 leads for a minus of 3 laps, or it says minus of 3 laps on the caution. So 2 cautions so far for 3 laps.
Willie Blacker sitting up in the booth with us here today. Willie, have you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
How we know that we've got you kind of focused on about 15th to 18th all the way back. How's the racing looking back there toward the back?
It's looking good, Rick. I mean, it's kind of like spread out. I mean, there's not too much. There's a lot of give and take. I mean, there's not too much. I mean, it's good.
Fantastic. Well, that's the information I definitely want to hear today. Having some good racing out there on the track. And, Joe, we've had a lot of incidents, let's just say, of the last few races that we've had so far. But I tell you, Joe, I think it boils down to competition. And when you've got these guys out here that are very competitive, that are very fast, and of course when you go into a room and you're used to winning a lot of races, you're used to being a top 5 car, and you come into a room like this that a lot of people are built the same way, it's tough, and you're gonna see a lot of cautions come out.
Absolutely, and Jake Nichols actually he came out of the pits there in front of NATO, so he beat him out of the pits, even though NATO has Trito, excuse me, my bad. Trito has the actual upper hand as far as pit stalls goes, so a fast stop for Jake. But you're right, Rick. Competition, it breeds more competition, and it's almost like the old saying, cautions breed cautions. So, competition amongst others should breed more competition,
Absolutely, and I tell you what, here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, hey, we've got our list of issues that we've always got to take care of. But anytime you run a league, you're always going to have to do maintenance out there. But one thing I can say for sure, Joe, we've got some competition. Matter of fact, we just had a member to join and said, hey, I'm here because I'm looking for competition. We're not going to mention any names, Joe, but you and I know who that guy is. He's been working really hard to try to build up his license and so forth. He's new to iRacing, and I'm excited to see him out on the track and to start his new venue as an ExtremeMotorsports99.com member and see how he progresses through the rank.
Absolutely, Rick, and that's what it's all about. When you come here to iRacing, you think of it as like a virtual career, and it definitely, the competition, the guys here, they help the younger guys out, and you just try to pick their brains. Like you were mentioning earlier, Jake Nichols right now is the man, so everybody wants to run in his footsteps, so to speak, and then so they're going to follow what he's doing. And then the young guys, and me included in the truck series, because I run here also, I try to learn off the guys like Jake and all that also. So I know how that is, and you're right. We're bringing in new talent, so definitely building. And got some exciting things for Extreme Motorsport 99 coming in the next couple seasons.
Absolutely. Next season, going to be bringing the Xfinity car back with Sean Dorr. It's going to be the main admin over there. I know that he's going to be doing a great job for us there. We just struck a large sponsorship deal with Rickmo Tech, building a lot of sims and sim rigs and steering wheels, pedals, gear shifters, you name it, man, he does it. Those guys are over at our Road Series, brought in Rick Motec as a sponsor there. So those guys will definitely be having live races all season on the Road Series side. That's going to be the Rick Motec Sports Car Challenge. So I know that our Vice President, Kevin Ford, of Extreme Motorsports is looking forward to the new season to get kicked off over there. So big things happening over there on the road side. Got some big things happening for next season on the oval side. And I tell you, it's just going to keep getting better from this point, Joe.
Absolutely. That is, and that That's just awesome. I mean, there's no other words to describe that. That is just fantastic. You're right. Rick Motec makes some outstanding products. The guys are great there. I went on their forums and talked and whatnot, so I know those road guys are very excited about that. And the Xfinity Series coming next season, a lot of guys in here are pumped up for that too. Especially some of the truck and the cup guys are definitely pumped up to be able to maybe try to compete in that Xfinity Series. So a lot of good things coming.
Absolutely, and I just want to throw out some more things out there that I'm working on in the background. Before too long, we're going to have some Extreme Motorsport 99.com gear. We're going to be bringing some gear. And Joe, some of the things that I'm definitely wanting to do out there is to get our viewers interacting with us up here in the booth while we're watching the racing, calling the race. Hey, we're able to talk to our viewers out there like Drew312. He's a big follower of you, and I want to get to a point where we're going to start passing out some T-shirts and some mugs and some mouse pads, and just thank our viewers out there just for being involved with us. And tell you right now, I mean, I know we got a few people watching. Just want to see some guys say hello to us. Let's see what we can do, Joe. Can we get some guys to say hello to us up here?
Well, I'm hoping so. Now, I will say a little bit about Drew. I've played with him actually on the Xbox One with him, and he actually has an awesome stream also, and a very good guy. Actually has helped me out on other games and whatnot, and just an all-around good guy. He has followed me, and we've been just watching each other, Twitch-wise and streaming-wise for a while. So we're going to go back to racing here soon.
Absolutely. The lights are off on the pace car. Nichols back up toward the front. Had a long caution flag that lap that time by. Green flag is about to drop. Now it has dropped, and we're under green, and Nichols is going to shoot out front.
He did, and it looked like he spun the tires just a little bit. Even though he got a good restart, you saw the back end get a little squirrely, so that's another thing to look out for. As we go in, spinning the tires, you just saw in the actual NASCAR race this past week, one of the drivers lost that race because they spun the tires on the restart. So definitely plays a factor in here also. Spinning the tires on a restart can cost you that lead.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me see what's going on here.
All right, go ahead. And if any of the people out there watching the stream, definitely let me know the quality, how it looks, how the overlays are looking. I'm flipping through all this stuff for y'all, trying to give you the best camera angles. It looks like we've got a battle shaping up for the lead with Nate Trito again right on the back bumper of Jake Nichols.
Absolutely, looking on the inside. Is it coming out of two? Trito trying to make leadway there. Let's see what he can do on the backstretch. But I tell you, that snow cone production Ford Fusion is a pretty stout little machine. As Trito tries to make a move, he got right up on top of him. Wasn't able to do anything, and it looked like Nichols may have pulled away about 3 car lengths, but don't count him out. You still got Hale back there in 3rd place position. Sit back watching and seeing what's going on, and we can't forget about Hugo Linder, currently running 4th place right now.
He is. Old Hugo, he's hanging out right there at the top 5 like he did last week, and any one of these guys at any given time, it only takes a small slip up with the speeds they're running here to close the gap that they've got. It doesn't take much for them to be right on the back bumper of someone. I just noticed Trito looked like he had a little bit of front fender damage there on the passenger side. I don't know if maybe that's an Iracing graphics thing I'm seeing, or if you're seeing the same thing there, Rick. But it looks like he fell on that fender a little bit.
I was busy going back and looking at a replay. Had a little bit of an incident there between Culberson and John Houston as they went down into turn 1. Not a big deal. Caution flag didn't come out, but just taking a quick look there.
Yeah, it looks like Houston in the 88 back there. It looks like his nose is just a little bit bumped, like you said. Probably just a little bit of an incident between them two. No caution. That's another thing about this track here. you could spin off to the infield or whatnot, and it won't throw a caution. So that's another good thing we might see here is there's not a lot of cautions on that end because of it's such a huge track, a lot of areas to get out of the way of the racing line.
Yep, that's true. And I tell you what, going through the field here, just want to make sure. Willie, how's everything looking back there toward the back?
It's looking fine, Rick.
Fantastic. Willie checking in with us there to let us know back from about 18th and back. Things are looking good back there toward the back, Joe. And tell you what, keep an eye on that 29 of Matthew Wazenbach. Caution flag is out. Let's see what happened.
Oh, that's Trito. Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. Trito just got loose coming out of 4 there. Oh, and got just a little bit of the wall, not too much damage. Definitely going to hurt him there. I know that's not what he was wanting to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, I caught the tail end of it there a little bit on him, but yeah, it looks like he just got loose, and he looked like he was getting loose earlier in his run, trying to chase down Nichols. Hey, like you said, we have the one fast repair. Get it done. Doesn't look like he's going to have to use it because it doesn't look like there's any damage on the car from what I can tell. Get back in there, get your composer, get 4 tires, get your composer back together, and he's got a fast car. He's got a lot of time. Get back up to the front.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, while we're under caution here, taking a look over at the Twitch channel, Lincoln 48 Hawk has just gave us a shout out right back to let us know he's sitting back and enjoying the race. Definitely enjoyed hearing that. Want to make sure you guys are having a good show out there and enjoying yourself. So appreciate you joining with us here today, Lincoln, and we always make sure to hit that follow button over there. Joe would appreciate that. That way you can get reminded when the races go live and they go up. That way you can sit back and, I don't know, maybe have a few cold ones. And who knows, maybe even T might share some popcorn with you. If Don Kidder hadn't ate all the popcorn or took it away from him. But, you know, we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, man. You had to watch old Don there. But, yeah, I appreciate it, Lincoln, man, for watching and following. I hope you like the show. Let me know how it looks on your end and whatnot. We're definitely wanting to get all the feedback we can as far as anything to make it better, or if anything you want to see. That actually was the second place driver there that spun. Unfortunate for him, but he's got a lot of time, and you know, he's got a lot of ground, but he's still got a lot of time to make it up.
Absolutely. We've only got 28 laps into the book here today, Joe, and I tell you, we've got close to 72 more laps here today, so a lot of things can happen. I mean, shucks, you can start over in the back of the pack twice and you still got enough time to get back up to the front. Well, I'll say that, but I tell you, we're still dealing with some guys that's pretty fast. Maybe if you started in the back of the pack one time, it'll take a little while to get up there. Maybe with another caution coming out, that would help you out a little bit, but they still got plenty of time here today.
They do. Lap 27 of 100. We've had 7 lead changes already, 3 cautions for 5 laps. So really not that bad. Some great racing, some awesome green flag runs. That might play in the favor of some of these guys that are in the back, because if they go in, get off on a pit strategy, and that might help them out.
Joe, I tell you what, going to take a step away from the booth here. Going to get my radio on, check in with the drivers out on the track, so I'm going to be right back. Hopefully you and Willie can handle it just for a few moments.
Absolutely, Rick. I'm just going through the field here. I'm checking out a number 27, Matthew Cessna. And looks like he's in a Miller Lite Ford. Let's see, we also back here with David Elliott. Just trying to give some of these guys some exposure back here too. They're hard racing in this Cup Series also, just like the front guys are. And it's just so competitive, man, to get up there. And there's Mike Rominger. I think he is the defending champion of this series. And his season hasn't went the way he wanted it to go, but a lot of racing left for him to turn it around.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of good racing here back in the back from, 15th back to, it's good, clean racing.
Good deal, man. Appreciate that, Willie. Willie's trying to keep us an eye on the backfield for us back there. Man, Reese, just keep an eye out front. I appreciate Coach. I can't talk. I'm sorry. Appreciate that Amico number 14. I appreciate that update on the quality and whatnot. We're just having a blast up here in the booth, watching this awesome race. Definitely right now, Chad Osborne, we're on him. I got Willie up here with me, so Rick has stepped away to actually go and to do a interviews with the drivers up there.
Yeah, Joe, I'm wishing I put my race suit on and went down in the pit to see if somebody let me have their backup car and run some laps.
There you go. Oh, that's what I was telling Rick earlier. I said, look, you putting up a bounty on Jake. I said, man, now you want me to daggum suit up, get my helmet on, go out there running. It getting me all excited, man, wanting to do that. Hey, guys in the chat, too, let me know. I'm flipping different camera angles here, going to the chopper view here for you, the blimp, in-car. Tell me what camera views y'all like. And definitely got all the television views and so forth going, trying to give you a lot of different perspective of the drivers, the cars, the views, and what's going out on the track and whatnot. So tell me how you feel and what you like, which one you like the best. But hey, that's cool, man. That's neat or something. Hey, I appreciate all the feedback and info that you give.
Yeah, there's a lot of good-looking paint schemes out there tonight.
There is. I'm gonna tell you. You go through. That's why I was going through this field to try to give a lot of these guys the exposure to some of those paint jobs that they got. It looks like we're about ready to go because the lights are off on the pace car. A lot of goods, but I'm gonna tell you what. We got a Toyota up there, 2 Fords, another Ford, and I think that's a Chevy right back there with them. The number 05, I believe that is. So, got a little bit of diversity up there in the front, and whatnot.
Yeah, we got to get them Chevys up front.
I appreciate that, Lincoln 48 Hawk, man. That's the kind of input that we're looking for. They are very patient. This is our Cup League. This is our elite league here, so to speak, here in Extreme Motorsports. These guys are very high I-rating guys, so not a lot of the rookies in here. There probably are a few, but what you're seeing here are some very, very patient and good drivers. Accidents are going to happen and whatnot, but definitely seeing some very good patient style driving. Give a little bit of a view there from the left suspension of Jake Nichols, man, looking out the back. They're taking off right now. We're off.
Alrighty, Joe, I tell you what, talking to the guys out on the track, these guys seem to be pretty patient, just taking their time out on the track. There's going to be a couple times you might hear me kind of pause when I'm talking. I'm listening to the guys on the track up in the booth trying to call the shots up here. But tell you, these guys are still pumped. But the main thing that they told me is, hey, we've only done 30 laps. We've got plenty of laps left here today. Not going to count our chickens before they hatch. It's still anybody's race. And as you can see, William Hill looking on the inside of William Roberts Jr. Is he going to take over the lead on this lap?
It looks like he is, Rick. I'm going to tell you what, it looks strong. Now, William Roberts Jr. was up there, and we got William Hill. He did take the lead from him. It looks like he's bringing Hugo Linder and that man again that we keep mentioning right there, Jake Nichols.
William Hill is going to lead the first lap here today. His first lap here today at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Hugo Linder up in the second place position, but Nichols looking on the inside of Hugo. He's wanting to take over that second place position for right now. He knows he does not want to let that 62 of Hale get too far out in front of him. Hale is definitely a fast driver, let's just say.
He is. I mean, he got caught up around the outside a little bit, and I don't know if the outside lane is the best place here at this track. Maybe on some older tires it might be, because as the tires get worn, that inside lane, but right now the inside lane is where you want to be. Maybe coming off a turn, outside's good, but he's definitely holding his own and fighting right now with him.
Absolutely. I tell you, one of the things that I'm seeing right now from Hale, he is not looking back. He is just moving forward. He's probably not even, I know that Hale does have his own spotter up in the booth with him, so he's calling the shots for him. I just don't want to see him get out there, burn those tires up, because Nichols is really good at watching these guys race and knowing whether or not they're trying to hit those corners a little too hard. But Nichols is trying to pick up the draft on the backstretch.
He is, and we were inside there on the gyro cam with it. Oh, and almost contact between the two in the front.
Okay, which two?
Hugo, my bad.
Okay. All right, well, I didn't see that. I was focusing up here toward the front there. Tell us about what you saw there.
I was actually watching in-car there in William Roberts Jr.'s car from the gyro cam, and then you just saw Hugo Linder. He went inside and looked like the car pushed a little bit, and the rear end came out from under him. He saved it, but I'm going to tell you, that's what we was looking at earlier, and I think that's what happened probably to Trito earlier. Car just snapped loose, and on this track, snapping loose is something that's going to happen, especially off turn 2 and off turn 4.
Fantastic place to have a race here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Got lots of room. It's got a tricky turn to it, and going down in there to about the third turn going in. I tell you, if you hit that turn just right, you've just barely got to burp the gas just a little bit, and you can fly through that corner. But if you pick up the speed too fast coming out of turn 4, you got to be careful, because you'll see what exactly happened to Trito just a few moments ago that was currently running in second place. Got loose on him and come around with him. But I want to take a look back over here at the Twitch channel. Now it looks like we got a few guys talking to us. Joe Amico says the quality looks good. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. And of course Lincoln says, hey, these guys are very patient. Well, Lincoln must not have watched the other races that we've had, because tonight I had to put the foot down on these guys and tell them it's either going to be patient or we're going to have some other things in the works. So hopefully they just follow what the lead admin says tonight, and they will be patient. But hey, I know you guys are from Patriot Racing. Hats off to you guys. That game's been out. NASCAR 2003, this old Sierra has been out for a long time, Joe, and I tell you that they've done a great job with that racing game there. But I tell you, you guys need to be getting on the phones with your other members over there, taking a look and seeing what you're missing out on over here, and make some phone calls and say, guys, you've got to go to this Twitch channel and watch this race. We got to at least give this thing a try. We've got to give it a try.
Well, right now I'm watching the battle going on back here for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th that is going on between Dwayne Cumberson, Bruce Ackerman, Mike Rominger, Nate Trito, hey, spun a minute ago, and look at him, he's back up to 8th, so definitely got a fast car, patience, he's winning his way back in front. And these guys they were side by side. Oh, and Ackerman, Ackerman almost, he got loose and bunched the field up there a little bit. I don't know if Rominger got in the back of him or not, but it was close.
Tell you what, taking a look back up here to the front of William Hale and Jake Nichols, back up toward the front. Nichols has closed in the gap. He is right on the back door of Hale. As they're coming out of the corner, they're back into the number 2 turn. Looks like Hale's put a little bit of distance between him and Nichols, and Nichols has actually caught back up with Hale. We're going to see what's going to happen with those guys.
Yeah, I'm going to focus back up there in the leader here in just a second. I definitely am watching this battle back here, because these guys are giving it all. And I'm just kind of see how much patience they're showing. It looks like the tires are getting very loose on them. Oh, and there Ackerman again almost lost it coming out of the turn. He's pushing wide out of those turns. And here comes Trito on the inside of him. Rominger's coming back. You know, he hadn't had the season that he's wanting, a defending champion. So he's definitely looking to bounce back.
Absolutely. Mike Rominger looking good out there, the defending champion from Season 2. Trito there on his back door, but Trito looks like he does have a little bit more damage than I had speculated earlier. But they are definitely working the position there to see who is going to be able to take over that next spot. But Joe, we missed out on the lead change. We've got a lead change with Jake Nichols taking over the lead from William Hale. We was watching towards the back and we missed the whole lead change.
Oh, man. Well, you know, we were kind of bound to know what was going to happen there between those two. He's fast, and he's in a familiar position. Get up front, very patient. The guy I see that's on the move right now, probably the hard charger would be of the race.
Bad.
88.
And we just...
John Houston.
Sorry.
Off the pace.
John Houston looks like he may have had a little bit of trouble there. He's off the pace. Not quite sure what's going on. All right, looks like the 48 has got into an incident as well. Let's see if we can zero in on the 48 and see what happened as caution number 3 is brought out here today.
Looks like he's slow. Might have blew the motor. It's hard saying. He did have a puff of smoke behind him. Unfortunate for John. Hopefully he has a fast fix, because he is coasting right now to head the pit road. Hopefully he's coasting there and he can get a fast fix and get back out there going again. Like I was saying before the caution, our hard charger of the race right now has got to be Nate Trito. The man spun, was in the back, and now is sitting himself in very good position. He is actually right now currently, well, my driver's lineup's a little off. Maybe you could tell me where he is sitting at right off Rick.
He's in a 11th place.
Okay, I appreciate that, Willie. Yeah, I have a driver's thing here, but when those guys start doing pit stops and cautions and stuff, it kind of goes jumbling up on me, man, as far as places go. Lincoln 48 Hawk. He says, thanks guys, wish we could do this. I'm going for the 48. I thought you meant you were 48, but and I was about to say, you know, I'm in my 40s too, so I ain't a young chicken. So
yep, so am I. I'm 45, so.
Hey, there you go, man. So he's definitely going for the 48. So he's actually rooting out here for Bruce Ackerman, which we were just keeping a highlight on there earlier, and he looks like he was having. Looks like John Houston had a fast repair, and he made it to the pits. So he's got that car cleaned up. Hopefully he can bounce back from this and be a contender. Let me get a shot on that 48 car for old Lincoln there for him, since he's wanting to pull for him, and it looks like, man, he's got a little bit of damage on the nose of his car. Hopefully he's got the fast repair there. I think that's Rick joining us back in the booth.
Absolutely. Went down and talked to Bruce Ackerman on the little bit of a self-spin that he had there, and a tough break for him there. He did get the car under control. He's back out on the track. He's just letting me know is down on his luck there just a little bit. Didn't mean to do a self-spin, but hey, Joe, I got to do another shout-out here. We got Jay. Oh, hold on just a minute. Oh, we got guys talking.
I see him. I've been talking to Lincoln 48 Hawk there, and he was going for the 48, so I kind of highlighted the 48 for him, which is the man we were just talking about, Bruce Ackerman, and I was watching their battle back there for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th earlier, and he was the one I was telling you he's getting a little bit loose pushing up the track there, so maybe those tires were starting to give up on him, is why he ended up spinning a little bit.
Yeah, just listening to the guys in here on the race radio. But like I say, want to go back over here to the Twitch and got another big shout out. We got to give GB from Patriot Racing all the way down from Alabama, giving him a big old shout out. So we appreciate him coming in and joining us here. GB, make sure to sign in to Twitch there and type us a few notes here. Let us know how everything looks on your end and if you're enjoying the show here tonight. But it looks like Lincoln Hawk is pulling for the 40. Are you going for the 48 or the 46? Which is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for the 46 for him there. I see the 48, but I'm not showing a 46. Maybe that's 46.
Yeah, I'm not seeing 46 either.
Yep, don't have a 46 out. Okay, now he's clarified it. 48. He's going for the 48 of Bruce Ackerman. So
All right.
there
Good
we
deal.
go. So he's clarified that with us up here. And he's an old guy. That's what he's saying. He's 46.
Okay, there we go. Well, you know what? We're in the same ball game with you up here in Lincoln, man. There you go. He said put some duct tape on it. It'll be all right.
Not me, Joe.
You
I
know
just
what?
turned 21 yesterday. I
Oh,
just turned
well,
21. That's right, 21.
Man, can you give me that Fountain of Youth, man, info there? Because I need it.
Oh, my goodness. So let's see here what we've got here today so far. 4 cautions for 12 laps here today. Of course, we've had 41 laps in the book. We've still got close to 68 laps to complete here. Jake Nichols still currently your race leader. He's got a bounty on his head tonight. So we'll see what happens within those last 10 laps. If Jake Nichols is in the lead on lap 90, the bounty is on. So if anybody can beat him within those last 10 laps, they're going to get their driver's entry fee back to them, Joe. And there's 2 things to look at this. Is one, we're going to make history by breaking history. If we have a guy that beats him back to the start-finish line, he's not going to be able to clinch those 4 in a row. But at the same time, if Jake Nichols does win tonight, that's going to create history here tonight by having 4 wins in a row in a season. So definitely looking forward to see what happens in those last 10 laps.
Absolutely, me too. I mean, I think that's when we're going to see guys step it up, run real hard, and maybe that's in the back of his mind too. Maybe he's thinking, I need to be out here out front. If I'm not in the back, these guys are probably going to run so hard, could cause an accident in front of him, take him out possibly. So maybe that's his game plan, is to stay out front and in front of these guys, which ultimately is what he wants to do, but he's got to be thinking about that.
Well, I'll tell you what, talking about a little bit of strategy here, I see Tyler Sifford in 5th place. Now, I know that he and Nichols runs a lot with each other, so I know he is definitely a fast car. The only downside to this race is I know that when I talked to Hugo Linder driving the 77, he did say that he's cutting short on time tonight because he does have to go to work. And, man, that's very unfortunate because he's sitting in 3rd place right now. So, who knows? Maybe we'll see him going to work late tonight.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. I mean, and I'll go back again before we go green. Hugo Linder, talk to him if you get a chance to in a chat or whatnot. Very great, good, upstanding guy. Great personality, especially for the trouble he had last week. So utmost respect there for the attitude that he has.
Absolutely. He's always been a class act. He's been with Extreme Motorsports 99.com for, I'm going to say, about 2 years. He's been with us for almost since we've gotten started. We've been up and going for about 2.5 years, and going strong and getting stronger with good people joining us and joining the league and so forth. And that's something I want to talk to the Patriot racing guys out there. If you're looking to get introduced to iRacing a little bit, make sure to check out their website. I think for like $7 for 30 days or $7 for a month, you can get in here and try out some stuff. And if these guys want to come over and join our team speak and get with me, you, and Don, we'll get them a track set up and kind of go through some things with them and so forth, and kind of guide them through. So if they want to give it a try and see how it is. But I will say this, you're not going to have all those little tools that you're able to have in the old NASCAR. Those files are protected and you won't be able to find them. It is a browser type game, so you're not going to have all that kind of stuff.
It's a different world, and like what I tell a lot of people over here is think of this as a virtual career. Think of it as real. A lot of guys look at being a game, but if you come over here with the mentality of, hey, this is this is virtual, and a lot of the exciting things we're wanting to do here in the stream, I'm really excited about as an announcer, as one of the drivers in the other series here. The progression level that we're looking to start here in Extreme is almost like what it is in real life racing. So an old guy like me that maybe had the dream of being a race car driver that maybe never will can live that dream now, you know?
Yep, reckon.
I think I found out on my own.
You know who it was?
Yeah, the 69,
No,
69 and the
Rominger
28.
he got loose a little bit, but he saved it.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at that right now. Rominger looked like he's way back there in the backpack right now. So, yeah, unfortunate for him. His season has not went the best. I mean, he's really had a lot of bad luck. He's got a lot of time left to turn it around, but I'm going to tell you, as a defending champ, you come in with high expectations. It's really humbling to come in and have problems like this because now you got to fight back.
Absolutely. I tell you, Mike, it's not that he's done a bad job. He's done a great job. He's just had some unfortunate situations to happen where he's just got caught up in everybody's mess, let's just say. So, tough break for him. Hopefully things will get worked out before the season ends.
Absolutely, and I'm still showing him running in 8th right now, so I think this is correct. So even if he did almost lose it, he corrected it and stayed up there in the top 10.
Oh, we got Trito wrecking again. The caution still not coming out.
Yeah, he got back going.
Yep, got back going. Oh, man, tough break for him. But caution's still not out, so tell you what, that's going to take out one of the contenders there.
Yep.
Now we've got a caution that's come out. Let's see what we've got going on.
That was the 44 car that spun. Oh, yeah, he hit the wall hard there. Looks like he hit the wall, and I can't really tell what turn he's in. Looks like maybe turn 2 or 3, but he hit it hard.
Sorry about that, Joe. Just taking a look at what's going on into the race here, just making sure everything is going smooth as a flow here, and just trying to keep up because, of course, these guys are expecting me to throw penalties out if things are happening that they're not supposed to be happening. But so far, we've got a great race. I can't help the fact that if some of these guys have some self-spins, it's going to happen. That's part of racing. I just don't think it's right to penalize a guy if he does a self-spin. We've only had probably 2 incidents where cars got together, but they were able to save it and no caution came out. So the rule is that if you cause a caution to come out, but of course I put a clause in there last night, if it's a racing incident, that's what we're up in the booth for. And so far the cautions that have came out have been a race incident of a self-spin. We don't have any guys driving over their head and crashing guys out, so definitely keeping a close eye on that. So that's why I'm away from the mic here just for a second.
Yeah, Rick, I mean, here back in the back, I mean, these guys are running clean.
That's
what we want to see.
Absolutely, Willie, and that's great great information and letting us be aware of that because I'm not able to watch exactly what's going on back there in that area.
Yeah, and I agree totally with you there on that rule. A lot of the spins we have seen, and Ackerman overshot his pit there while I was watching him, but a lot of that rule, a lot of these guys who have spun, the caution's not come out. And so technically they didn't bring a caution out. They didn't get involved. They didn't interrupt the race or whatnot, the flow of the race, and so forth and so on.
Absolutely. Just taking a look at an incident there. The 05 of James Gagne getting into the back of believe that's going to be Matthew Cessna on pit road, causing Matthew Cessna to kind of bump right into his pit there. I guess these guys only got one repair, one quick fix repair, and I usually give one of those away just for benefit of the doubt, just in case something odd or crazy happens at a race. And so a lot of these guys are having to use some repairs in a situation where normally they wouldn't have to use it in an incident like that on pit road.
Yeah, and I'm looking here at Nate Trito also. He has got some front end damage. I think he's out of his repairs now. I think he had to use it for earlier, so tough break for him, running up front and whatnot. So, and you're right, that fast fix is for if you get into a big accident, it can definitely save your race.
All right, I've got to jump over here, and let me jump in here and talk to some of these drivers here. Mike Rominger going down on pit road. That's going to put, looks like he's going to put Nichols right back up on top of the leaderboard, battling it out with Hale, so I'll be right back, Joe.
Sounds good, Rick. Yeah, we're looking right here at the top guys. We got William Hale, Jake Nichols out front, William Hale, Nick Hunt, and Hugo, and William Roberts Jr. They're topping out the top 5. Those guys are right now the class of the field, you know, Willie, and I tell you, it's so far it's kind of race I thought we'd see. Some long green flag running, tires start wearing out, guys slipping and sliding a little bit, but they're doing a good job of holding the cars and not really, you know, losing them, tearing up, causing a lot of cautions. What's going on, Amico 14? Says, you're the 14 fan here. I hear you. Number 14 fan. Well, let's see who the number 14 car is here. That would be Joshua Mertz. And Joshua Mertz, he is in the Supreme SS Impala Chevrolet. And he is running right now. We can tell you, he's actually running pretty good right now. He's in the top 10, running 8th. On this restart here, he's about to start, so give you a good look at what the number 14 car here is in Extreme Motorsports 99.
Yeah, it's the old Bobby Allison Coca-Cola car.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Willie, man, clarified that one for me. I'm not sure on that one, but hey, there you go, man. He clarified what that paint job was for us there. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm a
Bring up the
old school paint job guy.
Okay, good. Hey, man, that's awesome, man. Here, that's yeah. I know a few of them, but a few of them I don't. You know, I've watched it for a long time, but I was kind of a little younger back then. Our race summary right now. Right now, leader Jake Nichols. We got 50 laps completed of 100, so we're halfway home. 12 lead changes, 5 cautions for 8 laps is what we're showing. So it definitely has been a pretty good race. Not bad caution-wise for a big track like this. And we have up front here, as we got the lights out on the pace car, we're about to go back green flag racing. Like I say, Jake Nichols out front, William Hale right there beside of him, Nick Hunt, Hugo Linder, and William Roberts Jr. top 5 to start it off. And Amico 14, it says, oh, it's awesome, man. It is. Some of the paint jobs these guys get, I mean, you can get a lot of them. If you ever go to tradingpaints.com and check them out, and it's nice to see some of their the paint schemes that these guys bring up. They have the old school, the new school.
Yeah,
paint jobs that you
I get on there, I'm kind of amazed.
It is artwork. We have one gentleman here, Sean Durr from Old School Motorsports, runs in the truck series. He definitely is. He has a lot of great paint jobs and whatnot.
Yeah, I've been following him since I've been on Iracing since I think like 2008. It's pretty cool to be racing with him in the truck series.
User joined your channel.
All right, Joe. Trying to pump my guys up out there, so we're halfway home. Let's see what happens here tonight. Oh, looks like Hunt got a little bit of a slow start there on the restart.
I see that right there, Rick.
The yellow flag is out.
And we got a yellow flag.
Yellow flag out. Let's see where the caution. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there. Oh, Ackerman hits the wall hard. Hard into the wall. He's one of them involved. The 23 car's involved. Yeah, it looks like Ackerman and 23 was involved, and now a tough break for those two gentlemen.
Yeah, going back and watching the replay there, it looks like the 54 came over on top of the 13 car. Thought he was clear, but of course he was not. So we will definitely wait till everything lines up there and see what happens. Heavy damage on that 54 of William Roberts Jr.
And that's heartbreaking for him there, because he was actually up front there, wasn't he?
I believe he was up in the top 5 on that last restart, Joe.
He was. Now he's smoking down the back stretch. I hate it for him. Hate it. Was running very good in the Camry, and yeah, he's heading into the pits now. Smoking, bad damage on the back, bad damage on the front. Just a tough break for him.
Well, we'll definitely have to wait and see what the pit crew is going to do for him here on this pit stop. So, not sure if he's been able to use that lucky horseshoe yet or not for the race. So, we'll definitely find out here in just a moment.
Absolutely, and I'm looking at him coming down pit lane, and his wheels are just cocked over to the right-hand side. So, definitely hope he's got his, like you said, the lucky fix there for him, the fast fix. And if he is, he can get back out, because he definitely was up front running top 5.
Definitely had the fast fix there. Hadn't used it yet in the race today. So he has got a fresh, clean car. The pit crew done a wonderful job on that car. Got him back out on the track. And I tell you, he is definitely going to be trying to make his way back up toward the front up there before we get down to the last few laps here this evening. And Joe, he's definitely got enough time to be able to do that if he plays his cards right.
Absolutely. A lot of time left. If we look here at the summary of the race, it's lap 53 of 100, so he's definitely got enough time to get back up front with a fast car. Trito did it. Even when he wrecked earlier, he got involved in another wreck, unfortunately, but he was able to come through that field and get back up there. So I know he can do it also.
Yep, definitely taking a look here. Tough break for the 48 car, Bruce Ackerman. I believe he got caught up in that incident there. I believe that's going to be another race for him that he's not able to finish. I tell you, he's had a lot of bad luck this season as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a shame, for a car that's running in the top 10 and you're doing good all day, and then all of a sudden just get caught up in something. And, it's going to happen. It's racing. Nobody's perfect, even though this is the elite standard series here, the Cup series. You're still going to get involved in wrecks and stuff.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, want to take a break here. Let's do a rundown of so far what we've got. We've got 6 cautions here today for 18 laps with 12 lead changes. And, of course, we're at lap 47. We got about another 33 laps left. Is that right? 43 laps left. And I tell you, definitely going to wait to see where we're at lap 90. It's going to be pretty exciting. But definitely want to give another shout-out to some of the guys over here like Lincoln Hawk and Amico. And, again, Drew 312 for coming in and joining us tonight. We'll be doing this every Wednesday to be bringing you the race action to you. And let me see what we got here.
All right, good deal. Yeah, I definitely appreciate all the viewers out there. Like he was saying, Lincoln Hawk, Amico, Drew, man, you guys are great. Anybody else out there actually watching, I haven't.
Tell you what, Joe, I'm going to bring
spoken
Jonathan
with
Shipman up here. He's going to be out of the race and let you interview him. And I'm going to join the boys up in the broadcasting booth up at FMTV right quick. They're wanting to interview me, and I'm going to let you handle it here with Jonathan Shipman.
How you doing, Jonathan? How are you?
What's up?
Not much. Tough break out there. He said you're not out there running right now. How's the track feel? How was the car? I mean, how's the racing, the surface and everything out there when you were there?
It was loose.
A little bit loose, yeah. The track temperature out there, the weather right now, definitely showing it. You know, track temperature showing at 97. I imagine that's probably going to bring some loose conditions. Unfortunate, man, what happened earlier. You were running up there in the top a little bit, mixing it up with those guys. The competition here is very stiff, very fast. Give us your rundown on maybe what happened. Just got loose, caught up in the accident or whatnot.
I got caught up in I was loose at the beginning, and spun it off a 4, and then spun coming off a pit road. So that put me in the back, and finally got back my lap back, and got back on the lead lap, and was gonna start pushing to get back up there, but just being back there, when something happens, it's impossible.
Gotcha. Yeah, we've seen a couple drivers actually, Trito and whatnot. He spun on himself and then got in the backfield back there, worked up, and he got another accident. I did see when you came off that pit road, I mentioned that to Rick. I said these cars have so much power that if it looks like maybe you just stepped on the gas just a little early, and it's so slick right there, it just comes out from under you.
Yeah, there's a bump coming off. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Well, good deal. Jonathan, we appreciate it, man. All you do here at Extreme Motorsports 99. You were looking good out there in that number 23 Chevrolet, trying to keep it up there. You think anybody has anything for Jake Nichols?
If we ever go on a long run where they have to pit, I'm pretty sure Hugo has some.
Hugo was a man last week. It was on a mission and a plan to try to do something, and unfortunate there at the end for him. But he is up there right now, along with William Hale, Tyler Sifford. Those guys are trying to run down Jake, but it seems like he's just getting those awesome restarts, not spinning the tires. And like you said, maybe that's the key, is getting a long green flag and seeing what they can do with him.
Yeah, that's we just have to see if he'll wear out his tires or not. It's not all they can get.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate it, Jonathan. We're about ready to go back to green here, flag racing. And the man up front is Jake Nichols. He's got William Hale in second, Tyler Sifford sitting in third, Hugo Linder in fourth, Chad Osborne in fourth, and these gentlemen, man, are coming off the turn and green flag racing.
Alrighty, Joe, back from one broadcast booth to another broadcast booth. Jumping around from one booth to the next.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, we was talking there with him, and he gave us some good insight on what the track was, and he gave us a little insight on. I asked him if he thought anybody had anything for Jake Nichols up there, and he was.
I think Jake's going to be the man to beat.
He is, and it's like what he said. He said if we can get a long green flag, maybe catch him in a green flag pit stop routine, maybe somebody can catch him. But like what he said, he is definitely fast, and Jonathan was telling us the track is a little slick out there.
Oh, we got a
so that might be the cause.
28.
Number 28 has spun out on the track. That's going to be Russell Hansen here today. Don't believe it's going to bring out a caution, though.
Nope, he got her back going.
Oh, looks like you got a little bit of help from the 69 of Rodriguez. Is that what you're seeing there, Willie?
Yeah, yep. I just was catching the replay, Rick.
Gotcha.
Well, the number 14 in front of him up there just bumped the wall on the straight just a little bit.
Well, the Amico said that he is a number 14 fan, so I'm definitely know that that's some information there that he's wanting to know.
Well, I also want to look here, Rick. I can look and see. We have some other viewers watching. Just haven't really said anything. Give a shout out to it. I hope I don't mispronounce their name, but we've got it's called Panic Prong 34 and Sam Squatch number 8. So hope I didn't mispronounce those two words there, but appreciate y'all viewing and hey, chime in on the chat, definitely.
Absolutely, love to hear from some of you guys out there or gals. I wonder if old T has done finished off her popcorn or if she's popped another bag yet.
That's a good question. We need to hear see if old Don Kittner can throw us a message.
Maybe Don.
Get up in one of those
Maybe
papers.
Don can give us an update on the popcorn queen.
Well, we got some good racing behind the number 14, but the number 27, Matthew Sensona, as I hope I pronounced that right, the 7th spot. And so, and there's Nate Trito again. He just shows up and back up to 8th. So for 7th, 8th, and 9th, a good battle going on right now.
Absolutely, a heck of a battle going on everywhere out here on the track, and I just got a message here from Don Kidder letting me know that T has ate all of the popcorn, Joe. She's ate it all.
Good deal. That is awesome. That is awesome. You know what, Rick? We might want to start something here soon. An extreme hard charging award, because that reward right now would go to Nate Trito. That man has just been on a mission, and that mission is to get back up front. He is, from what I'm seeing, he's back up in the top 10.
Back in currently in the 9th position right now, making his way up there. But I tell you what, it looks like the pit crew was able to knock out the damage out on the front end of that. Going to help a lot out with the aerodynamics. So definitely look to see him back up there and being a contender once again in the race. So, old Don Kidder here is letting me know that T is pulling for the 73 of Jake Nichols tonight. So I can understand her finishing off that popcorn. And
now wait a minute. Hold on. Jake Nichols drives a what? A Ford. I thought old Mr. Kittner, man, was a Chevy man. Now that's a conflict of interest.
Oh my goodness! Now he's been called out. But old Sam Squatch is going for the 97 of Nate Trito. So Sam Squatch, I tell you what, he's on a move. He's on a mission.
Absolutely. You got a great race right now. This is just all around racing everywhere. Right now we got Nate Trito looking up underneath, I'm going to say that name again, Adam de Blasio.
De Blasio.
Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me. Joseph Mertz. He passed the number 14 car that Amico was pulling for. Now he's on the lookout for Adam de Blasio.
Joshua Mertz.
Joshua Mertz, actually the number 14th, he's sitting in 8th spot right now from what my, 9th spot from what my chart says here. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but that my driver chart says he's in 8th. Nathan's moved up to 7th. And Adam de Blasio is sitting in, they're changing so much here on my chart, Rick. It changed, I don't know why.
Well, if you own that overlay tool that you've got there, you've got one that says drivers that's in that first panel right under the word controls. That's probably the one that you're definitely going to be wanting to watch there when you get that open. So
that's the one I am watching.
Okay,
sure.
Okay.
And it's changing a little bit back here in the back, but I think we might be all right. I'm showing Adam de Blasio 7th, Nate Trito at 8th. David Elliott 9th, as he looks like he just went for the pass. Joshua Mertz looks like he dropped back in the 10th spot right here. So the number 14, not bad, looking in the top 10 right now.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, that number 97 and Nate Trito's made his way up to the 8th place position. He is breathing on the back door of the 21 of Adam de Blasio as they're going down into turn 1 there. Trito looking on the inside, but de Blasio is going to cut down and not let him see daylight. Trito's going to back out just a little bit, but they're going back into turn 2 here. Trito still looking on the inside, but not going to be able to make anything happen. Now they're on the back stretch, and de Blasio is trying to scoop some wind up off of Nick Hunt there in the 0-0.
Absolutely, and it just looks like, I mean, Trito's a man on a mission, and he knows he's got a fast car. Right now, he's been very patient with that car, and man, he closes right on the back end, man, of Adam, and I think it's only a matter of time before he pulls around and tries to make that pass. But like I say, you want to give a hard charging award to anybody. There's the man right there. He spun twice, came back, got the car fixed, and has now coming back. He might, if he gets up there in that top 5 here at the end, he might be the one to look at to go after Jake Nichols.
Well, I'll tell you what, taking a look back up here to the front of the number 73, currently running first right now, Joe, Jake Nichols has put a lot of air between him and William Hale. And I'll tell you, the only thing he's got right now that he's got to work with is the patience and the pressure that he has on him here today's race. He's got the chance to not only win his driver entry fee back for beating the bounty that's on his head today, but he's also got the chance to make history here today to have 4 wins in a row at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And I tell you what, one of the things that I want to put out there right now, Joe, is just so that way I can put it out there, because this is about to get interesting. Those guys over at Patriot Racing, if they're looking for a challenge, if they're looking for some really hard sim racing, I'm going to challenge these guys to get over here, get signed up with Iracing, join us in Extreme Motorsports.
44 car spinning out.
Okay, well, I'll just be right quiet. You guys just go ahead and call it.
I'm sorry, Rick didn't mean to.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rick.
Go right ahead, guys.
Yeah, he's got a lot of smoke. He's on pit road. Ooh, a lot of front end damage on the 44 of number of Darren Walker. Unfortunate for him. Don't know where he was running at the time. Maybe it looks like he was back in 20th.
Yeah,
or so.
He was back about
he overshot
23rd.
us.
I'm watching the replay.
Well, good deal. Willie's on that for us right there, folks. I'm watching him in his pits right now, and he overshot it. Hopefully he's got his fast fix. Having a little trouble getting into the pit stall. Car might be a lot damaged, but hopefully he's got that fast fix and get it fixed. Not seeing the car getting fixed yet. Oh, he just disappeared. His day might be done.
Yeah, I've noticed that he has actually left the server. Not quite sure what's going on there, but definitely going to be taking some notes on that. I believe that's going to be caution number 2 for him on a self-spin here today.
Yeah, that's what it was, Rick. He came out of the turn there and got loose and spun, hit the inside wall, and then bounced on the outside wall.
Gotcha.
Unfortunate. Didn't mean to cut you off on that talking there, Rick, but that's just unfortunate on his end. And, you know, your summary of the race, Nichols leading 66 laps complete of 100. 12 lead changes. We've got some showing 7 cautions for 13 laps. And it's been an interesting race.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was going to tell you guys, there's 2 guys on the move, William Roberts Jr. and Mike Rominger. They're both up to 11th and 12th.
Absolutely, so there we go. I mean, we have some new hard chargers there. I mean, we were talking about Nate Trito, who actually right now showing in 3rd, but he definitely was moving up through that field like gangbusters, man, to get up through there and whatnot. So hey, we got some guys, man, got their cars fixed. Hopefully this race, we got 34 laps to go. We're under caution. Hopefully these guys, man, get them fixed, get the tires. They can go all the way on a set of tires and fuel. So if it goes green, this is the last pit stop we're seeing. So they can go the rest of the way from here. So it'll be interesting to see.
This last pit stop will definitely get them the rest of the way to the finish line. Now, one of the biggest things to think about is when they get to lap 90, 33 laps to go. We've only got just a few laps before we get to that lap 90. I believe the exact on that's going to be, well.
And look who I think, let's see, I think somebody beat old Jake Nichols out. Yep, I'm showing David Gibson. has beaten him out with Jake Nichols second, William Hale, Hugo Linder, and Tyler Sifford top 5.
Looks like Dave Gibson stayed out. Not sure if he actually got tires or not. Maybe we'll see him either stay out or go in on this time by to get fresh tires.
Yeah, it might be another deal like with the 21 car earlier, I believe, or the 23 car earlier. Stayed out just to lead that lap, and then now he's going to go in and pit. And when he does, actually, that's going to give the lead back to, I'm showing William Hale.
It definitely looks like William Hale is going to be in the lead. David Gibson looking to, like he's bearing off there to go to the pit road. Tyler Sifford going to be moving up there in that second place position. That's going to put Hugo Linder. That's going to put Hugo Linder right at third. Jake Nichols in fourth. David Gibson, of course, is in the pits with Chad Osborne in fifth. So that's definitely going to change some things up there. Like you were talking about earlier, possibly something's going to change some things up with a caution that comes out.
That's what I'm thinking here. Now, Jake Nichols has to look at this. These guys in front of him are getting near that 90 lap mark, and they know that. And they're sitting here thinking in their mind, we're in front of him, and we want to do all we can to stay in front of him. And Jake's not been in this position too much today, so he has to be careful trying to get around them if he's way faster. But in the same time, those guys aren't going to make it easy for him.
I still think Jake's the man to beat.
Okay, it's like Sam Squash, like Sasquatch, okay. And you said go 9, you said 97, is that the one you want to root for, 97? So that should be, well, that is Trito, the man we've been talking about. He is definitely on a move, and actually I am showing him right now in 6th spot. He has spun twice, got caught in a caution earlier, but has battled back from the back and definitely is up there, up the front, and he definitely has a shot at getting part of that bounty and plus a shot to win this race.
Yeah, I think he should get the Hard Charger award of the race.
Absolutely, man. I mean, to have that many troubles, to still have the fenders on that car and whatnot, the pit stops have been great from his crew, and to be coming up here and to be in 6th spot, he's just got to be patient. We got 32 laps. We're getting near where that lap 90 mark is with 10 to go. Guys are going to be looking for that bounty, but you don't want to, you probably want to try to save some tires so you can run them down there at the end.
Yeah, that's what the guys are going to have to watch doing, that they don't burn their tires up.
Well, we just got a shout out for Sasquatch, my bad. He said, sounds like Nate. He needs to get one of my paints to Victory Lane. So evidently he's running a paint job from Sasquatch there, from Trading Paints, or what, it might be a custom paint he's gave him. So definitely, man, 97's got him a fan, and we've been following him, and we'll keep following him. The lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go up here to the leaders because it's probably going to get exciting up front. Looking at the cars here, got William Hale. He is going to try to anticipate this jump to try to not spin the tires and take off as the pace car's coming out of the turn number 3 and 4. The field bunches up. We got Hale, Sifford, Nichols, Linder, Osborne, the top 5. Trito right there in 6. So, man, I'm going to tell you, here we go.
All right, Joe, we're about to go back to green flag racing. I'll tell you what, lots of tough competitors up there in that top 6, top 7th position. Green flag is out.
Green flag is when William Hill almost spun those tires, man, coming off there. He got a little wiggly, and Nichols, he jumped straight to second. And the man on the move, the hard charger there, Nate Trito up in 6th place. I just amazing. He has been that composed. But look at the man who jumped out front. William Hill, he has pulled away from Nichols. Maybe he was holding back a little bit, trying to break the draft down the backstretch.
William Hill back up toward the front there, trying to break the draft. Nichols is trying to get his way back up on the back bumper of Hale, but it just doesn't seem to be working as Hale continues to kind of pull away. But I tell you, Nichols got one heck of a run coming off of turn 3 there, back up on the back door of Hale coming out of 4, closing in on a car length on him.
He is, man. He's trying to keep that draft, and Hale's doing everything he can to weave and snake down the front and back stretch to keep him off of him. But it just looks like Nichols is so good in the turns, and he's gaining so much time. You just feel like it's a matter of time before he takes that lead back over.
Oh, Nichols looking on the inside of Hale coming out of 2. Still looking on the inside. Hale's going to go wide on the back stretch there, trying to break some of the draft. But I tell you, it looks like Tyler Sifford is starting to make some leadway up onto the back door of Nichols.
He is, and it might be holding him up just a little bit. I'm not 100% sure, but these guys are definitely getting nitty-gritty. Hale is trying to protect that inside lane because he knows if Nichols gets that nose up underneath and gets alongside, it's over with. He's pretty much going to make that pass. So he is protecting that inside lane for all it's worth and make Nichols try to pass him on the outside, which I don't think he'll be able to.
Hale down into turn 1. Nichols looking on the outside. I know that I don't think Nichols is going to be able to pass on the outside.
I don't either, but right now, that is some textbook driving right there. He's on the back. Oh, a little block. Ooh, and they touched just a little bit down the stretch, and now he's got him. I think he's got him going in turn 1.
Nichols going into turn 3 here, looking on the inside. Hale's going to be up on the outside as they're coming out of turn 3 there, looking to go into turn 4, and Nichols is going to have the inside, which is going to give the edge, but can Hale do the crossover? No, not going to be able to do a crossover, but Sifford is going to move his way up, looking on the inside of Hale now, and Nichols is going to be taking over the lead.
Absolutely, right there, you just saw Hale. I think he was driving his heart out because that car almost stepped out on him on the outside there, so he was doing everything he could to stay with Nichols. I don't know what Nichols has got, what his crew has found, but he has definitely found a rocket machine and is showing it out there on the track. And in those turns is where he looks like he is really, really the class of the field.
Hale getting a little loose coming out of turn 2 there. Nichols still on the top of the steering wheel there, driving the wheels off that Snow Cone Production Ford Fusion. But Hale is not letting him get away easily. He is actually pulling away from Sifford there a little bit as Nate Trito back toward the back working with Chad Osborne in the 5th and 6th position. Trito not able to make anything work, but it does look like Trito's got damage on the front right of that Ford Fusion.
It does. They might have made a little contact. I saw Trito wiggle a little bit back there. He ran up too close on Chad Osborne there for a few, so maybe he might have pushed up into the wall. Yeah, you got to look. Trito is pushing that car to get up front, and my hat's off to him. If he finishes even in 6th, that's a bounce back right there, a win, and he shouldn't be anything he should not be proud of.
Absolutely not. Taking a look back up here, going back to Hugo Linder, currently in 4th place position. He looks like he's closing in on Tyler Sifford, currently running 3rd. Not sure what's going to happen. Those top 5 guys are kind of spread out there a little bit. Trito may be out of this thing. He's still on the track. We can't count him out, but with the heavy damage that he's got, Joe, it's going to be tough for him to compete with cars up here in clean air that doesn't have any dents on them that's going to affect them in the draft.
That is true. It doesn't look like it's too bad now, but he's kind of settled in behind Osborne. Osborne looks like I don't know if he has a little damage on it. He might be a little cleaner, but it looks like those two cars are about even. You're probably right.
Taking a look back up to Nichols, he has definitely spread out the lead there on Hale. Hale may have overdrove and burned the tires up just a little bit, trying to stay up in front and away from Nichols. It did not pay off for him, Joe, as Tyler Sifford, but we got a caution out on the track. Going to be the number 4, the previous champion, Mike Rominger. Oh, tough break for Mike Rominger there, getting into the 21 of Adam de Blasio, causing an accident there. So he's definitely going to have to serve a penalty for that one. Got into the corner too hot, causing the incident. The champ is going to get penalized here today.
Tough break for him there. It looks like another car was involved. It was all tore up or whatnot in there. I also want to give a shout out with the 00. I think he was involved in an accident earlier in the race, but he is up there in the top 10 and running in 8th. Nick Hunt.
Absolutely. Let me jump over here into the Iracing channel, talk to these guys, and let's see what's going on. Give me just a moment, Joe.
Sounds good. We're going to look at some of the cars back here. And, oh, yeah, the number 13, 19 car right there in front of Josh Lambert. Boy, really a lot of damage to his. And unfortunate for Mike Rominger. I might be pronouncing his name wrong. Unfortunate for him. Tough break this season. Definitely not a lot of things have come his way.
Yeah, he hasn't had a good evening. He hasn't had a good night tonight.
Yeah, his season really has been just really bad for a defending style champ. And, you know, that happens in NASCAR. You have such high expectations, and sometimes, man, it doesn't work out. The good thing is, the one person this might really help out, it might help out Nate Trito, because that damage he had looks like pretty much just an optional repair style damage. So he might be able to get that fender banged out and be able to try to carry on getting up to the front. So this might actually help Nate out a little bit on this caution to get that damage fixed.
Well, just taking a look, they've got Mike Rominger up in the other broadcast booth, just to let the viewers know. Joe and I is just doing some practice here, seeing whether or not we're good enough to do some of this broadcasting stuff. And this is just a trial period here that we're doing, so not sure how we're doing, but we hope that you folks out there are enjoying the show. And hope you guys continue to keep tuning in with us here every Wednesday night. We'll be doing this throughout the season, and I guess, Joe, we'll decide whether we're going to take on this thing next season or not. What do you think?
Sounds good to me, Rick. I mean, and definitely I'm having a lot of fun. We're testing a lot of different things here, and we definitely want the feedback. That's why I asked the viewers out there, let me know what the quality is. What do you think about the camera angle changes? What do you like seeing? And just how does it sound? How do we sound? You know, sometimes me and Rick I'll talk off. You know, I'll be the first to admit Rick does sound more like a professional broadcaster than I do. So I appreciate him even letting me be here with him, because I'm having a blast and fun to help out.
Well, Joe, I really appreciate you being up here in the booth with me today. And yeah, I've done a little broadcasting in the past, but it's been a long time, just, I guess, knocking the old dust off the voice here. But tell you what, I want to thank Willie Blacker for being up here in the booth with us today. Willie, having a good time watching the race?
Yeah. Hey, Rick, this is the first time for me, so.
First time up in the booth here with us, and you're live right now across the airways, Willie. A lot of people listening to you as well as they are with us. And Willie, our trackside official here, giving us some extra eyeballs and watching things happen out on the track. It's been a great help here today. And we appreciate you being here with us today, Willie.
Thank you, Rick. Anytime, bud.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, me and Rick, I think so far we've done pretty good on a continuity between each other, you know, and whatnot up here. Like I say, appreciate Willie coming up here helping us out. I'm trying to handle the duties of doing this production side of things by looking at the awesome action we're having here on this race and so forth, and just having fun. And we just want our viewers, And Drew 12 says, I like listening, man. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. It's awesome. It's fun. Actually, our viewer count has increased since last week. Last week we had only a couple. So far, we're up. I know it might not sound like a lot, but we got 6 viewers watching. Hey, we doubled from last week, so that's what we want, progression. And we just want to put on a good show for people and let them see, man, just let them see what Extreme Motorsports 99 is all about. Looks like we got another lap or so, and then I'm looking at the lap counter up here, 22 laps to green. We're getting close to that bounty time, and I'm just starting to feel that maybe, I don't want to say it, but I don't know. It's anybody's ball game with 10 to go, but man, from what I've seen, it's going to be a tough one to take it from Nichols.
Well, I'm just telling you, I've been saying it all night long. That Jake Nichols, he's the man to beat.
Jake Nichols is a beast. He is definitely a handful. This is our first season having Jake Nichols, and I tell you what, I'm honored to have him. He shows so much professionalism out on the track, off the track. He's always hearing team speak. He's willing to help folks, and again, some of you viewers out there, I know a lot of you guys are racers as well, and joining in with us tonight here for our show at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I encourage you guys, get with Don Kidder. He knows our team speak information. Come on over. I'd love to meet some of you guys, talk to some of you guys, and answer any questions you got about iRacing. And Chucks, get to know some of you guys. So we do kick back a lot here on late nights, Joe, and me, you, and Don. Just kick back and laugh and cut up and talk about all kinds of stuff.
I got a few things there. Panic Prone 34 says that I'm watching and listening while watching preseason football. I'll be with you tomorrow. My Panthers play, so I'm waiting for that to start. Drew, the link, this game is actually Iracing.com, man. This is actually what iRacing is. This is the cup level with it. This is ExtremeMotorsports99.com. You can look up that link. League that is running. They actually have a truck league and a cup league, but we are about to actually sorry Ricky, I don't have the link set up in my Twitch thing there for him. Let me set that up for you, but he can look at that.
We're about to go back to green flag racing
about
here
to go
today.
To green.
Nichols back up there on the top with Hale on the outside. Green flag is out. Here we go, boys. 21 laps to go. Once they cross the line, we're going to have 20 laps to go. And it's going to be a battle from this point on.
Wow, Jake Nichols, he got a hell of a start that time.
He did. He shot out of a cannon. I mean, them boys are battling right behind him, too, and they know it. I'm like you, William. I think it's a done deal on the part. I don't want to say yet because I don't want to jinx it. Anything can happen. We saw last week, Elwood had the class of the field. What happened was self-spun, so it could happen here. But great battling behind him going on. They know time's running out to try to chase down Nichols.
Dipper trying to do what he can to run down. I'm not going to say his teammate because I know Tyler and Jake are not teammates, but I tell you, I know that they are pretty good buddies, and they hang out with each other and race a lot on iRacing together. They're always in team speak here at Extreme, and looks like this may be a battle. It may come down to a battle with these guys. Hale still trying to make something work there in third place, and but it looks like Zipper is just pulling away.
Absolutely. Just to let you know, Rick, you can go ahead and put that link there in the Twitch channel for him. I might give you the mod user access, so you should be able to do that. But I got my eyes back here on the number 24 car, Chad Osborne, 5th place, because we got a lot of battling going on, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Guys jockeying around, and no time's running out, so it's time to go.
Well, I tried to put that link in there and it still deleted the link, but I think I made it work. Chucks, iracing.com. So
yeah, you got it. You got it the first time, man.
All right, we back up toward the front here. Nichols, oh my God, he has just took off and just left these guys. 18 laps to go, and I tell you what, it's going to make him real nervous when I jump over to the Iracing channel, and we're going to let the folks listen in when I get ready to chime into the Iracing channel to let them know if he's in the lead with 10 laps to go. History is about to be made here tonight. One way or the other, it's going to be made.
Absolutely. I know that young man is probably excited. He's probably as nervous. Well, I'm going to say nervous, but he's already won 3 in a row. So to him, this is probably getting to be just a natural feeling. But I'm going to say the nerves there of knowing that he can change history in extreme motorsports, being the first full-time winner. And that's just awesome.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, T needs to grab her another bag of popcorn because things are going to get very interesting here as racing is going all over the track. Tyler Sifford, William Hale, Hugo Linder, they're in the second, third, and fourth place position. Definitely going to keep our eyes out there to see how that turns out. Looks like the 13 of Brian Frick closing in on the third, 24 of Chad Osborne, so definitely want to see how that plays out. But back up front, Nichols is out in clean air and not a worry in the world right now.
Absolutely. He is hoping those guys behind him just go side by side, and right now you've got Sifford, Hale, Linder. They are nose to tail. We're viewing them from the in-car camera right here, and you can just see how close they are running. Very smooth, very patient, very fast, trying to break the draft going down the front stretch.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, I don't know what to tell you at this point, Joe. Tyler Sifford, William Hale. It looks like Williams back up on the back door of Tyler Sifford as Hale goes into turn 2 here. Let's see what he tries to do. Looks like he's just going to just stay where he's at, just ride the line there. Now, Joe, when you get a chance over there on your iRacing IRTVO, if you'll click on that button up there that says loop, that's going to break up a loop up on the broadcast there. And it's going to show the rest of the positions from 4th place back. And it's going to loop through there to let the viewers out there know where everybody's out on the track.
I got it right now. It's showing them for them right there. I appreciate that, Rick. Yeah, and these are the type of things that we're working with. And
Hale,
we got a battle up front.
Hale getting ready to go on the inside as they go into turn 1. Looking on the inside. He is definitely going to be able to take over that spot. Siffer still on the outside, trying to make something work. Caution is out.
Uh-oh, this could change everything here. These guys are going to be hungry. We're going to be almost on that 10-lap mark before we go green. We could see some. Should we see some finger rubbing?
Like the 69 got into the back of the 81 there. As they went down into turn 1, just got in there just a little too hot.
Unfortunate for him there, just probably hard racing back there in the back. 81 Toyota Camry machine there. Yeah, just unfortunate.
Absolutely. It's a very unfortunate event there. I know, Jay.
Oh, we got a car spinning. The number 3 car almost lost it under caution there.
Definitely got a little sideways with him there, huh?
It did. He looked like he might have caught the apron there a little bit. Just might have been checking one of the black boxes or something in his car, checking fans or something, and it just curb came up on him.
Gonna go over here and look at the number 69 car. Gonna give him an EOL.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He was running pretty good all day today. Actually, I was showing him in the top 10 there for a while. And I don't know why the car behind him went to go all the way to the grass there, number 28. Let's just tell him, oh, he's got to pass by him. Probably that's what it is.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, Joe, go back over here to the Twitch channel with our viewers in here. Just want to ask if you guys could type in as we're knocking down the laps here with 14 to go. Let us know, how was the show tonight? Did you guys enjoy it? I know a lot of new guys came over tonight. There was some phone calls made and some folks got on the horn, and showed up over here at this Twitch channel, taking a look, but type in down there. Let us know what you think of the race tonight, what you think of the show, what do we need to do differently, or whatever you want to say. We'd love to see some feedback there, Joe.
Absolutely, and I was just saying earlier that we had a couple people watching last week, but we've kind of doubled our numbers this week. I know it might not sound like a lot, but we got 6 people watching, and they've been constantly watching the whole entire race, so that's a good thing. And so that's what we want, progression and feedback from our viewers, because hey, this is why we do it, for the viewers, for the fans out there, the excitement, for the drivers at Extreme Motorsport 99. Rick puts in a lot of time with this league. I'm trying to help him the best I normally can here. We appreciate Willie coming up here in the booth with us, helping us out this week. Just all around, and the feedback helps us get better.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, got 6 races, that's for sure. I mean, 6 viewers here tonight, but here's the thing, Joe. We're not advertising. This is just some testing that we're doing, but remember that when we get ready to start advertising, those numbers are going to go way up.
Absolutely, and I appreciate that, Pranic. I don't know why I'm coughing every once in a while. I'm not used to talking this much, I'll tell you that much. So maybe that's it, but I'll work on that for you. But Sam Squatch there, Sasquatch, actually, I'm messing his name up, I know it, I'm sorry, has said, commentary solid, drop the Fox logos and promote your own, and that's what we plan to do ultimately. Right now, we're like what Rick said, we're in the getting our branding stage down, getting the viewers, getting all the bugs worked out, getting everything for this season just as testing. But that's what we want to hear. How's the commentary? And I'll work on the coughing. Unfortunately, my voice is so close to the mic. When I do cough low like that, on OBS, it picks it up. I have pushed to talk on TeamSpeak, but I can't do that on OBS, and unfortunately when I do that, it picks up. My bad, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, just getting some poke messages here about the bounty. Hold on.
Kittner said he just sent me a text out, said he's got a 50-lap league race there. They're going to be back afterwards. He's definitely going to keep watching. He says T's still got her popcorn, her drinks out there, and watching up at Cool Breeze. Appreciate all the other viewers, man, listening in, watching. Again, Rick has that phenomenal broadcast voice, and I'm more just of color commentary here. He's got that great play-by-play happening, so I think so far between me and him, the continuity's not bad, but we appreciate that feedback there on the commentary part.
Well, Rick and Joe, I'm having a blast, so.
Well, that's what it's about, Willie, man. Hey, definitely, and I'm having a blast too. I definitely having fun. It's going to be interesting to come up in here when we get done with this race for the driver's speak and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm having a blast with you, Willie.
Well, if you or Rick ever want me to do it again, I'm getting into it. So.
Well, that's what we want to see. We definitely need the help, man. More than welcome. We're getting here to 12 laps to go, but yeah, you're more than welcome to help us out. It's been fun. It's been an interesting race, even though I know probably some of them are going to be like, well, man, there's a lot of cautions out here. 9 cautions for 19 laps. I guess not too bad as far as cautions go. We've seen a lot of just self-spins, a couple accidents here and there. I know a lot of drivers probably would like to have seen more green flag racing than what they've seen, but all in all, not a bad race.
No, it's been a real good race. I mean, even back in the back, I mean, there were really not just a couple incidents, and most of them are self-spinning incidents.
I want to go ahead and say that when we go green, there's going to be 10 laps to go. That means the bounty is on. The last 10 laps. William Hale will take them to the line. Hugo Linder is in second. Brian Frickle and Jake Nichols sits fourth. It's just going to be interesting right here because they know, hey, look, we got it. It's go time.
Yep, checkers or wreckers.
All righty.
Well, let's hope there's no records. Oh, what's welcome back,
Just
Rick?
letting the guys know. Just to let the guys know, once the green flag drops, Jake Nichols is right now sitting in third place. If he can get the lead back before we complete this lap, once they go back to green, the bounty will be put back into place, and we're looking at history here. So be very interesting to see what happens here once we go back to green. Green flag has dropped. We'll see what these guys
William
do.
Hale takes off, man. He says, I want that bounty. I want to beat Jake Nichols. And Nichols looks like he's caught up right behind Hugo Linder, who says, hey, I wanted to.
Absolutely. Nichols is going to have a tough time trying to get around those guys. But I tell you, Hugo's not going to let him get around. That's for sure. Hugo's going to close in. Got a good run coming off of turn 2 there. Right up on the back door of Hale. They're battling it out, going back and forth on the backstretch. Hugo looking on the inside. Looks like he's going to try to look on the inside, going into 3 there, Joe.
It is, and I'm going to tell you what, that is exactly what Jake Nichols wants to see. Oh, and Nichols almost
Nichols
lost
getting
control
loose.
right
He's
there.
got loose.
Oh, and a spin. Oh, no, hold on to it. Oh, a good
Fantastic
slide
save.
job.
Fantastic save.
Hey, you know what, oh, we got a wreck in the back. Oh, no, Nate Trito in the 24. Oh, man. Tough break for Nate, man, who was running. But I'm going to tell you what, you can tell it is starting to heat up.
Absolutely.
It is heating up.
Absolutely. Starting to heat up. We're going to take a look back at the 97 and see what happened there. But, de Blasio got loose. Nate didn't have anywhere to go on that one. And, I mean, that was just a race incident. There was nowhere that Nate could have went when de Blasio got loose there.
Huh? Yeah, that tough break for him. We know he's out of fast repairs for the night, but man, he was definitely our hard charger of the race here, giving it all he had. But you can definitely tell up front, and I'm gonna tell you, Hugo's got a little damage on the front of that car. It might affect him a little bit, as he's gonna have
Leader
Nichols
is
right
Hugo
down the
Linder.
outside. Right, and he's got a little bit from where he hit the back end there of who's that? William Hale, and that was an awesome save job by Hale, by the way. But you can tell these guys are heating it up. If they would have stayed nose to tail, I think they might have walked off from Nichols there, because he looked like he was fading a little bit, just couldn't get that clean air. And when they started battling, he closed right back. And you're right, Panic. This is the time they're going to get a saying. That bounty is on, man. They want to beat that man, Jake Nichols, who has won 3 in a row. If he wins tonight, he does 4 in a row. He actually sets a first time for Extreme Motorsports 99, a 4-time winner. So he'll make history tonight. Plus he'll get his own bounty. But yeah, definitely right now fast, and you can see those guys definitely heating up. But I think Hugo might have dented that car just a little bit. I don't know if he can hold him off, but he's definitely probably going to give it all he's got. Give you a run down the top 5 right here. We got Hugo Linder, Jake Nichols, Brian Frickle. I'm gonna say Frickle because I know I'm mispronouncing, but I know it's Brian. Tyler Sifford and William Hale. And I'm gonna tell you what, we haven't looked up much on Tyler Sifford being up front, or Brian Frickle for that matter. And they're up there with 8 laps to go. We're probably gonna have about, I don't know if we got 2 laps left on the pace lap here. If we do, we're looking at a 6-lap shootout. If not, a 5-lap. So Definitely a interesting race, and we're here, the Quaker State 400, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Indianapolis, North Carolina. Excuse me, North Carolina. Man, I want to say North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina, and I apologize to Indianapolis, Indiana. So definitely an epitome, it's almost like the Daytona. It's the Indy 500 here is run at this track, so that's their Daytona 500 for NASCAR.
Yep, kissing the bricks.
Absolutely, and somebody today is definitely going to kiss the bricks as we're closing in on the final stage of this race. Is it going to be Hugo, or is it going to be the four-time man, or is it going to be one of those two behind him who might actually sneak up there and then just say, hey, Hugo and them might get into each other like we just saw, and they could sneak up there and take this win away.
Yep, it's anybody's race.
And as far as manufacturers goes, yeah, there's a slew of Fords, but I see a couple Chevrolets up there that could sneak up in here, man, and take it away from these guys. I will have to give another hats off to Mike Rominger, who is sitting in 7th spot. A lot of trouble today to bounce back to get it right now, sitting in top 10. And Matthew Wasenbach, great guy, runs the truck series over there, Edman, sitting in 9th spot. Wow, definitely want to give him a good shout out there too. John Houston, I'm going to tell you, the man who has helped me out a lot, also top 10 right now. So I know these guys are probably going to be ecstatic if they finish in those places, because that is definitely some of their best finishes so far this season.
Yeah, them guys were running in the back pretty much all evening long here, and for them guys to get a top 10, yeah, they're going to be pretty ecstatic.
Absolutely, and then right there, 9th place, that Joshua Mertz in that number 14 car. And then to round out the top 10, you're looking at Matthew Cisna in the number 27 car. So definitely got a few of the fans out there that were pulling for the 14, I know. He's in top 10. John Houston, with a good guy there who has helped me out some in the truck side of things, running in the top 10, like you said. Matthew Wasenbach running in the top 10. Some of these guys might come out of here with some darn good finishes. As we're going to, looks like we're getting the field up here. We're about ready to go back to green flag racing, and we're only going to have 6 laps. Will be 5 laps to go after this, and
yep, it's going to be a 5-lap shootout.
Awesome.
All right, I'm back, Joe, getting the guys built up. Looks like the bounty is going to be canceled for tonight just because Jake Nichols not in the lead with 10 to go. But I tell you, if Jake Nichols wins tonight, we will carry that bounty over into the next regular season race. Now remember, next week we will be taking a week off. We're going to be bringing the Xfinity race in next Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we're going to be doing the Week 13 fun run in the Xfinity car. And you know what, Joe? I'm going to break out my helmet for that one, and I'm going to be in that race myself.
What track is that we're running at?
That's going to be at Atlanta.
At Atlanta, 100 laps at Atlanta.
All right, I think I might break out the gloves on that one too, run out to the shed and grab my helmet and see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm going to get the helmet out.
Well, I'm going to tell you, here you go. Hugo's probably got a little nerves here. He's going to try to hold off the man right there beside of him, but those two in the back right there are going to hope them two get into it up front, so we'll see what happens. Ooh, looks like he spun the tires and they bumped behind him. Nichols looking on the inside. Oh, he blocked. Ooh, Hugo going down to turn number 1.
Hugo getting a good run coming out of turn 2 there. Well, actually going into turn 2. I got a misplaced there, but Nichols definitely getting a good run coming off of 2.
I'm gonna tell you, I got a feeling he's gonna make it very hard for Nichols to get around him. As he saw right there, he is not wanting to give that inside lane up because he knows if he does, it's over with.
Absolutely. Linder is definitely an awesome driver. Oh, and he got a little...
Oh, he just lost it. Oh, man. He tried. He tried. He's holding on to it. Hold on to it. Oh, my God.
Oh, my
Okay, good. Woo, that was close.
And I tell you what, Nichols put the pressure on him there. Oh, and the 13 car, what happened to the 13 car? Got another caution brought out here.
I didn't catch that one right there.
The 13 car of Brian Frick.
I don't know if he might have spun due to the incident there when Hugo came back up track. But you know what's going to happen? This race is over. And there's your winner, Jake Nichols. He has done it 4 in a row. Rick, he just made history. And Hugo did all he could do to hold him off. And nothing to be ashamed of. He did everything to hold off a fast charging Jake Nichols, but that man is going to take number 4 in a row.
User joined your channel.
We appreciated Lincoln 48, man. We appreciate you watching. This was a heck of a race, heck of a finish, just like we thought it would be. And there's your winner, the number 73. And T, if you're still watching, there's your man. He won. And I'm going to go ahead and shout out. Look at the man in second. Chad Osborne bringing it home for the number 24 Impala right there. So definitely helping out the manufacturers here and breaking up that awesome streak that a lot of the Fords have had. And Mike Rominger, Tyler Sifferine in third, but Mike Rominger in fourth. Wow.
Absolutely, Joe. And I tell you what, some of the guys over here in the Twitch channel, Lincoln Hall, appreciate you joining in with us here tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show, and hope a lot of you guys will be back with us next Wednesday. But like Joe said, running out the basically the top 5 cars out there with Jake Nichols, Chad Osborne in second. Third place is going to go to Tyler Sifford. Fourth going to the previous champ, Mike Rominger, getting a good finish here today. And, of course, filling out the top 5, William Hale had a good run and got a little bit bumped on that one stretch that we saw, Joe. But, hey, it is part of racing. It was what they call the old good bump and run. And, you know, it's unfortunate. I mean, when you do it to someone and you make it clean and everything goes great, you know, you go back and you talk about it and you have fun with it. But, of course, when it's a situation where you're narrowing down the last 8 laps and you're the one that gets picked up like that with a bump and run and you lose position, of course, some people are sore losers and they make a few negative comments, but, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes, I guess. But anyway, it was a good show here today. Good race, good racing. A lot of action came here today. T, I hope you're out there, and I hope you had a great time, young lady. And hope you enjoyed that popcorn, and hopefully Don didn't eat all your popcorn. So I will let Hawk says tell the 77 good win for me, please. But 77 didn't win here today. The 73, okay, I can do that, Hawk. I can do that. Make that happen.
Wow, what a finish.
Tight racing, that's for sure. Jake Nichols going to get him another win here with 3 laps to go under caution. I believe these guys will finish under caution. Joe, have you made it back yet? Willie, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, Rick, I can hear you.
All right. Wondering where Joe went.
Hang on a second, man.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
I got you, though. I'm
Good
listening
deal,
to you.
good deal. Let me jump in here and talk to these guys again right quick. I'll be right back.
User left your channel.
Yeah, it was a good race, don't you think, Joe?
Oh, yeah, it was. It was an awesome race. Awesome. Very exciting.
Yeah, I had a blast up here. I was kind of nervous to do this, but
User joined your channel.
All right, Joe. Tell you what, it's been a fun night up here in the booth again. Willie, thanks for being up here with us tonight.
yeah, I had a blast, Rick. I'll do it anytime you need me to.
Well,
Tonight has been an awesome race, man. It's been definitely, congratulations to Jake Nichols. Definitely my hat's off to him. You know, Chase Osborne finishing second, Tyler Sifford third there. Definitely a heck of a finish, Rick.
absolutely. I tell you what, I know none of these guys want to see this race finish under caution, and it's completely understandable. And tell you what, we got Matthew Wazenbach that just jumped up in the booth, finishing 7th place tonight. folks will. Matt, since you joined the booth up here, let's talk about the race. What finishing 7th tonight? Not too shabby. Tell us a little bit about the last few laps there.
Well, I will say the last few laps were a little bit gnarly. People, jockeying for position, especially coming to games like that. Myself, John Houston, David Gibson, we all just had planned to ride back and, wait things out and stay competitive there with a group of people. It was great racing the entire way around this track. Probably the most fun I've had in Indy. Indy's never been one of my strong tracks, but definitely happy to come home with a 7th. I didn't even think that would happen, but just kind of did everything at the end and managed to bring my car home clean. One of the few people in here that did that tonight, so I am proud of that fact.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt, if you would, I'm going to get you to go down into the waiting room. I'm going to move a few drivers in there, and we're going to interview some of those for our spectators out there that's watching the Twitch channel here live with us tonight. If you would, let the guys know in the waiting room that we're going to pull them in for a quick interview here in just a moment.
Congratulations there to Matthew Rosenbach. I saw him get that awesome finish, and we're looking at Jake Nichols. He's burning them down, and rightfully so. That boy, man, 4 in a row. Is he unstoppable? I mean, that's the next question.
Tell you what, he's definitely a tough contender, and drove the wheels off that car tonight. But I tell you, another guy that drove the wheels off tonight is that number 97 and 8 Trito. Had a few issues there toward the end, just couldn't quite get the car to zero in. Nate, what happened, buddy?
Just, it was really, I just put myself in a bad situation. I lost it off before the first time, and everything was okay. And, the second time wasn't so fortunate. The second time I smacked the wall considerably harder. And, just had 4 minutes worth of optional, so I took my reset and just, smacked the wall again, took all my optional there, and put myself in a really bad spot coming off of 4, and just the number 21 car just got loose and just collected me, so, can't blame him. The setup was loose off all night long, I can tell you that much. But, just a bad end to a rather good day.
Well, I tell you what, Nate, you have nothing to be having your head down for anything. You've definitely put a show on. We're live right now on Twitch, and you've actually had a couple guys in here rooting for you. You caught some attention of some of the folks over here going through the field the way you were, and tell you can ask Joe. I was sitting in the booth, and I told Joe, I said, Nate's doing a fantastic job, but I just hope that the pressure don't get to him. That's where I see a lot of victories slide right through his hands, is sometimes the pressure catches up with him and the patience go out the door. But I tell you, I think what done it for you tonight, coming out of turn 4, the car got loose with you twice tonight, and I tell you, that concrete wall ain't going to move a whole lot when you're coming out of 4 and you spin and hit that wall.
Yeah, it's just that was most certainly the worst part of the track for me. I was genuinely very confident at the beginning, just knowing, I just had the ride right there and all would be well. But I can't blame anybody but myself for knocking myself out of this race. And I can't really blame Adam because I'm the one who put myself there as well. So Adam's a great driver, and I know he would never do anything like that intentional. So just my bad on the whole day. Just put myself in a bad spot.
There was absolutely nowhere for you to go, Nate. He got loose coming out of that last incident you guys got into. He got a little loose. You were on the inside. There was absolutely nowhere that you could have went, and that's what I was telling Joe. But I tell you what, we got a few more drivers that we're going to bring in here and want to ask you anything you want to tell the viewers out there, and who do you want to thank?
Well, I got to thank my mom for buying me a computer and the first time actually being interviewed in a while. So, thanks to the viewers who are actually watching and rooting for me. I know I busted my butt trying to get up to the field, and I think I did it twice, and just drove my butt off all night. And the Trito Racing 4 season is definitely on rails, but just couldn't be there at the end.
All right, Nate. Well, I'll tell you what. Well, next week, Xfinity cars, we're off next week from our regular scheduled racing. Are you going to be in the Xfinity race next Wednesday?
I believe so. I believe so.
Okay, well, I guess we'll see you next week at Atlanta doing a 100-lapper in the Xfinity car.
Hey Nate, quick thing before you take off, man. I gotta admit, you probably should get the hard charging award for the night. You definitely brought that car back from the back up to the front a couple times, man. Good job.
Thank you very much.
All right, Nate. Well, we'll see you next week. We're going to pull up this time, Joe. I'm going to let you handle Mike Rominger, our previous champ from Season 2.
Hang on a minute. Rick, you might want to do that 1 second. I'm working on this other computer. My bad.
What's that?
You might want to do that one, man. Do that. I'm working on this other computer.
Okay, Mike Rominger live right here in front of Twitch. Tell you what, tonight, finishing fourth, not too shabby. That's where I know you want to be at with all these finishes. Coming from a championship season into the new season, finishing in the top 5 tonight. That's going to help you out in points. How was the race for you tonight?
Well, it was up and down, to say the least. Yeah, I got in an accident early, and I had to go in and get damage repaired, and there at the end I got into Adam and spun him out and got the EOL, so I think I had to use my quick repair there. So I started in the back and I made my way up through there and got fourth.
Excellent driving tonight. It showed a lot of patience that you've got out there on the track. And I was telling Joe earlier tonight, it's not that you've had bad racing this season. You've just had bad luck, been at the wrong place at the wrong time, and just ended up in the middle of a mess on the races so far this season. But it's good to see you back in the top 5 tonight.
It's good to be back.
Absolutely. Anybody out there you want to say anything to out in Twitch live right now? Anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank my teammates, Jonathan and Hugo, and my sponsors, Jimmy Johns. And you, Rick, for putting this league on. It's a good league. I love it.
Fantastic. Well, it's always a pleasure to have you here, Mike. Fantastic driver, and been able to get to know Mike over the last 2.5 years. Been here since the establishment of ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and it's always a pleasure to have Mike up in the booth here with us, always interviewing him, especially when he's in that top 5. So, Mike, are you going to be at the Xfinity race next Wednesday night at Atlanta?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I tell you what, we're going to see you next week, and I'm going to move you back down. We're going to grab another gentleman here of Dave Gibson. Dave, Rick Donathan in the booth here. I tell you what, finishing 15th tonight, not too shabby with the luck that you've been having, but I have seen progress over the last few weeks in the Cup Series.
Well, like tonight's race, me and Matt kind of teamed up and we tag team pitted and everything and tried to keep it in sync, take our time. Figured the attrition was going to hit for too long, but overall, for me, it's not an easy track to drive. But, just keep my head on and, just try to keep the car in one piece.
Tell you what, finishing 15th tonight, you are another driver here at Extreme that has had some bad luck in the past, but I tell you, you and I have had some talks and some late night in team speak here, talking back and forth with each other with some of the luck that you've been having. I think you've actually made some contact with some drivers that are kind of helping you out a little bit there. And I tell you, Dave, I'm starting to see a difference.
Well, I struggled in Cup last year. These cars are not that easy to handle for some of us, with some of the equipment we have. But, like I say, I just try to keep the car clean on the track and, let it take it where it'll let me go. In the other series, I'm a little bit more comfortable with the car or the truck, and I can push it just a little bit. But these things here, I don't try to push. I let them go where they need to go.
Well, fantastic. I'm going to have to ask you, like I've asked the other drivers, Next week, we're going to be off for our regular scheduled racing, but we are going to be having the Week 13 fun run with the Xfinity cars at Atlanta Motor Speedway for a 100-lapper next Wednesday night. Are you going to be in that race?
I hope to be. I mean, I like driving the Xfinity cars. I mean, since that'll be the only race going on during the week, yeah, I'm pretty well going to be there.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, live on Twitch right now, anything you want to say out there to the viewers, anybody out there you want to thank?
Well, like I say, my website's visionsportsart.com. That's where all my sports drawings are at. That's my main sponsor on there. And, of course, my design company, which is Thunder Designs. And, like I say, I do all my own painting on all my vehicles and everything.
Well, fantastic, Dave. And I tell you what, we look forward to seeing you next week at Atlanta Motor Speedway, bringing out a fancy paint job for an Xfinity car. Now, I expect to see Chevrolet. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. And I'm going to be running my Marty Robbins special.
All righty, Dave. Well, we'll see you next week then.
All righty. Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, I'll tell you what, Willie, Joe, I've had a good time tonight being up here in the booth with the both of you. I think it's been one heck of a show tonight. Hopefully the viewers will join us in next week to make sure we get all of our bugs and our testing going, and we'll probably start working on some of the revamping of some of the overlays next week, Joe.
Absolutely, man. To me, it was exciting. I think we improved over our last couple of weeks that we've done as far as what we've been doing here. And as far as the racing, again, my hat's off to all the guys that came up here in the booth. They did exceptionally. Matthew, Joshua, Hugo, William, Mike and all them who bounced back and got tough break there on Tritos in. Definitely congratulations to Jake Nichols again. And you're right, Rick. We're making progress, and that's what counts. We definitely want the input from our viewers out there. They gave us a lot of input tonight, positive for us, and that's what we need to see, because it takes time, takes work, and it just takes to put something together that the fans definitely enjoy.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, Willie, any last words before we close out this evening?
No, I had fun. It was a good race.
All righty. Well, I tell you what, we're going to have to get Willie some more words for next week, Joe. Tonight's his first night being up in the booth, and he's a little shy, I can tell, but I know Willie can talk your ears off, too. So, but I tell you what, folks, I'm Rick Donathan, Joe White, Willie Blackard up in the booth tonight, bringing you all the action here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Last thing I want to say is don't drink and drive, and always buckle up and drive safe, folks.
Hey, we appreciate y'all viewing. Thank you very much.
Yep, thanks everybody.